back, everybody.
Wait for the finger. I didn't point the finger. Go.
Welcome back, everybody. Just, if you ever question how much Michael Damiani loves memes, I wanted to come back to you. I wanted to come back live, and Damiani said, wait, no, I have something that's more important. Here's 3 minutes of a Chim meme. And here we are.
What the meme is. I can't even see it.
You don't know what Chim is?
No, I know. Of course I know what Chim is.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I was here at its inception.
What we're about to do... What?
What do you mean, of course I know what a chim is? That's not true. You don't. I don't know what a chim is.
Yeah, no one really knows.
The Chim in our lore. I know what it is, and that's what he's referring to.
Can you explain it to me?
It's that weird
Chim.
guy dreaming of sky.
You're right.
We're not going down this path.
Kyle. You're right, Kyle.
What we're about to do right now, everyone, is watch some trailers.
Yes.
It's E3. Huber said, I want to watch trailers. Can you tell everyone why you said that, Huber?
Because I heard the Sub-Zero trailer came out. I haven't seen that. I really want to see Sub-Zero and Injustice.
Brad, what trailer did you want to see?
Super Mario Odyssey.
Because you had to watch it with no audio.
We were robbed.
Yeah.
Robbed.
The disrespect.
Not creators intent.
Ben, what trailer did you want to see?
I wanted to put on the 40 minutes of Xenoblade 2, but Kyle said no, it's too long. Kyle said no. No, it didn't actually happen.
The main thing, too, is I know a lot of people have not had the privilege to see the Evil Within 2 gameplay.
Yeah. Yes. I have not. I'm curious to watch that.
It's too spooky for you.
Huber gets 2, Brad gets 1.
We're going to watch...
I get 2. Evil Within, man.
We're going to watch 3 trailers right now.
Sharing the wealth.
And just to tease some impressions, we're going to talk about Mario. We got to play some Mario today. We're going to talk about... What?
I'm excited to hear you say it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We saw Dragon Ball highly requested yesterday, and we have played it today, and so we're going to talk about that as well.
Dragon Ball what?
Fighters.
We went and he asked a Bandai Namco representative, and he said, did I just settle a bet? That's what he said after
he knew.
He knew.
Wait, did he know you then?
No, he knew.
Yeah, he knew. Cool. Damiani, why don't you cue up our first trailer? Let's do this.
Nice.
Let me
Pumped.
make sure you guys can see it. That's all.
Okay.
Pumped for some trailers.
Sorry.
Take me to the trailers.
Wait, what?
Take me to the trailers.
It's on.
It's on, baby.
I see that logo.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, botched. Botched.
To explain, X-Men just did an update today. They've moved everything around. I hope this is gonna work here for you guys. Not.
If anyone can make it work, it's you, Damiani. I believe.
Where is it? Do you? Wait, what?
And he's not
You'll get
mic'd. Damiani, are you mic'd right now?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
I don't know.
I see
what
it.
they just did.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
something.
dragging it over, but
Yeah, this is
not-
good.
This is not how it's supposed to work.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you got it.
He's doing it the
No,
old-fashioned
I
way.
still don't know if it's gonna work for you.
Except they got that gross border up there.
Chat, we'll see.
Should probably hide that.
Give him a break, man. Give him a break.
Here we go. Let's see what happens.
He's doing his best.
Just like Yoshi.
Oh, there we go. Yay.
Cool.
D for teen.
DC. Okay, so Sub-Zero's a DLC character.
Yeah, DLC Pack 1.
Did you get the season pass?
Who is it under the mask?
Not
I am
yet.
Sub-Zero, Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei. That's a first.
This is a showdown I want to see.
Yeah. Oh, that
little
move.
stabs.
It's back.
Yeah. You know, it's a good-looking character design for Sub-Zero. I
Yeah,
actually
he
really
looks
like the
cool.
ice arms.
Blends well.
That is out of control.
Yeah.
This whole sequence is insane.
Play it.
These are
Oh,
That was cool.
Yeah, but
Was that
ice
a
hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
4, I remember.
That's
that's it.
Yep.
Ooh.
Too violent, Sub-Zero. Come on, man. Not here. Not in Injustice World.
Here we go. Here we go.
Combo's into it.
Oh!
Yeah.
God!
He belongs.
He has the scorpion eyes.
He belongs anywhere.
That was kind of a head rip right there. to the camera.
Yeah.
Like the
Right.
perspective.
Oh,
Little nod.
Yeah,
you're
little nod.
right.
little nod.
That was
That
cool.
was
Little nod.
cool.
To the fans.
So cool. It's for the fans.
Spend money on the DLC.
Yeah. Pay up.
Pay up.
All right, Dom, you gotta give me that Mario trailer.
Okay.
Stat.
Mario first.
That was great.
Yeah.
So I was going to eat
Time for an injection of happiness.
some Mario for
Injection.
Injection. Doctor, please.
Inject me.
And you know what's cool is, I mean, Injustice 2 has an ice character with ice powers.
They're just like, nah.
And he's differentiated himself enough, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's cool is Scorpion in Injustice 1 has the exact same prompts and moves as he does in Mortal Kombat.
And you think that was lazy?
No, I thought that was cool.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
hope Sub-Zero is the same.
Sub-Zero looked like, it looked like he had more moves than that.
Question.
But a lot of similar ones, too, like throwing the freeze. And,
Oh, yeah.
Who will Sub-Zero have the best pre-match banter with?
Sub-Zero and Captain Cold.
Captain Cold, yeah.
I want Captain Cold to say something, and then I want Sub-Zero just to laugh at him. That's what I want. Like,
How cold can you get? I can get colder than you can.
Yeah. You need to chill out.
Do you want to do email then real quick?
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah, absolutely, Damiani.
sure.
Feed us.
Let's get that going.
Feed me.
All right, Kyle. Fade. Here we go. Here we go.
Gameplay trailer.
Gameplay trailer, dude. Environments.
Turn off the lights.
Hey, is anyone getting meetings for this week? The Evil Within 2? No meetings?
I did, but I'm not allowed to say anything.
Whoa.
Hubert restrained.
That sounds like a back door.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was just concerned
Yeah.
because I didn't know
did.
of any. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Ready when you
The
guys
tease.
Yeah, the tease.
are. Ready?
Yeah,
You can see it, right?
absolutely. Thank you, Damiani. I'm out. I will never play this.
This trailer.
I'll never play this.
Appreciate the art.
I know, dude. I know.
Dark Souls.
I love the way they're using the music in this trailer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello? Sebastian, are you there?
Lily?
yes.
Tyrant.
Yes, dude.
Wow.
Aw, dude.
Hubert.
Yes.
No.
Hype through the
Yes,
roof right
I
now.
know. I
That was
know.
that was a great trailer.
Yes. Yes.
I'm ready to be terrified,
I'm
Hubert.
so ready. The animations. Oh my god, when he's running towards the camera and the camera monster is on the ceiling, he like runs and like does this like turn back with the shotgun. It's so good.
You get Resident Evil 7 and The Evil Within 2 in the same year.
What Hubert wants, Hubert
gets.
gets.
It's too true. We only repeat it because it's true.
That was great.
They went all out, man. They really went for new ideas in that, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yep. I don't know if
the
you know
giant eye monster above the
Yes.
Capitol building was cool.
Yeah.
What do you think is up with that? Is that something you're going to have to sneak around, do you think? Or
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it just something you fight?
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll stick around
The
at
question.
first.
Something to do. Maybe like somebody outside of STEM is like looking in on you. Like that's intense. Yeah. The I don't know if you knew this. The director of the Kidman DLCs is the director of the Evil Within 2.
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
you-
yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Cool. been a long week.
Is Mario prepared?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Fire
Take
away.
me away, Damiani.
Crack it open. Switch it open.
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade.
Turok.
Oh, it's Turok.
Yeah.
Clearly. I love that.
Oh, Monster Hunter.
Right here. Right here
Yeah.
is a dude Turok.
Oh, this is such a good way to.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Here we go, off the rails.
Oh, he hops right on that first.
It's time
Bam!
to raise our sails. It's freedom like you never knew. 20 flags or a pass. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash.
So that's the first world.
Yeah.
Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon. This great wide wacky world.
I missed
Jump
this.
with me, girl,
I missed
with
this
me.
song.
Yeah. It's half this trailer.
Yeah. Oh, the best part! Yes!
Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the dark clouds start to swirl, don't be
Ah, so cool. There it is. Bullet Bill Dreams.
So let's all jump up super high. High up in the sky. There's no power up like dancing. You know that you're my superstar. No one else can take me this far. I'm the thing that's weird.
The Chris Flowers.
Get ready for this song. Let's do the Odyssey. Odyssey, yes,
And the trailer's like, you thought this was over,
Yeah.
huh?
Dude, the chain chomp.
Oh, we're not done yet.
So creepy.
That Pauline reveal.
I know. I love the way they handle it.
Yeah. There's never in the history
sly.
of my 29 years on this earth that there has been a more appropriate time to use the word jolly.
Man, that was incredible.
Yeah.
That was something else.
Yeah. And watching it now, I realize that black and white, snowy ghost world is the first world.
Nice.
For sure.
Really? They started with that world?
Yeah.
Oh, so
'Cause you see the
get-
spirit going
and you
with
get
it.
the
Yeah.
ghost. Yeah.
Yeah. You see Mario's hat all tattered. It repairs the hat, and that's like where they establish that relationship. So for sure, that's actually going to be the first world we're in.
Context defined.
Yeah. Oh,
Sleuth.
man.
I need it.
Game Explained probably already explained that.
What was your
Yeah.
personal favorite thing that he threw the hat on?
Should we crack Damiani on the table? Should we go into impressions officially?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Let's
I think
do
so.
it. Yeah, let's do it.
Just to answer that real quick, man. I liked when he was a fireball. And he was
Yeah.
flying through the air.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
But what's so funny is they introduce it with the frog in the trailer. That's the first example, and we get it.
The frog's my favorite because we haven't had the frog suit in
Yeah.
so long.
You don't quite understand it. You actually see it with the T-Rex. You see Mario hop out like, I was just controlling him. You don't understand it until you see it with the frog.
The reason the frog is my favorite
Yeah.
is because everything else that he transforms to is like happy.
Yeah.
There's a look of like adorable horror
Yeah.
when he becomes a frog. Like, "Ooh."
He effed up that frog.
Yeah.
Frog is just sad.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
But everything after that, every new thing is still shocking.
Oh yeah.
That's what's great about it.
the sunglasses on the statue.
Yeah, it's not easy to pace that well. It's
No.
not easy to figure out the escalation of this one is actually crazier than that one, and this one is crazier than that one.
And how
And
perfectly they blended.
Would you give it a
It's all
10?
Masterful.
tomorrow night, well, actually, just while we're doing teases, that's a live trailer score.
Nice.
Trailer Jones.
Have
Sorry,
you ever given a perfect score to a trailer?
I've given several perfect scores.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But has Jones?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that was
I do
actually
remember
that was the triple 10. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Triple
Yeah.
10.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
that was
The
the
triple 10.
the triple 10. And so what we're going to be doing tomorrow live is we're going to be looking at, I would probably predict 5 trailers. Jones will be here. Jones loves trailers more than anyone, and we're going to be scoring the trailers of E3. It's going to be very fun.
When I turn into a taxi cab in Super Mario Odyssey,
Yeah.
I better be able to like pick up people and do like fairs and stuff. I want
Crazy Taxi.
Like I just want there to be a quest called Crazy Taxi.
Dude, Damiani. Yes.
It needs to happen.
Yes.
Please make it happen.
So
That'll be DLC Pack 1.
let's officially shift to impressions mode. Does it say now discussing Super
Hands-on
Mario Odyssey?
impressions.
Does it say Super Mario Odyssey on the screen?
Brett, check the screen.
No, it doesn't say anything like that, Kyle.
Okay, all right.
I'm not over there. I can't do this if
right.
I'm not over there.
Yeah, look at ambivalent Bloodworth. He's like, I'm not doing it.
Of course not. It's not his job.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it just, not, yeah. I
Okay.
haven't used those features of XSplit.
And they just
All
updated and changed
Okay.
everything.
Okay, fair
in,
enough.
so
All right, everybody.
Not the best time.
We are now officially discussing Super Mario Odyssey. Damiani, kick us off, man.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Let's save everything. All right, so Kyle and I, after nearly 2 days of failed attempts, including me waiting in line for 3 hours before the show started,
such a bummer,
and
dude.
not getting a chance to play.
Dang.
Finally had our appointment with Nintendo, and
What I love, Damiani, is that you waited in line to play it even though you knew you already had an appointment.
Yeah.
yeah, did that
Commitment.
with Zelda last year too. Kind of stunk, but different talk for a different day. Mario Odyssey,
Yeah.
for us up, was there's two world demos. It
Yeah.
was Sand Kingdom and Metro Kingdom.
Yes.
So they were quick to point out, Nintendo said, that it's actually New Donk City. It says Metro Kingdom right here, but
Yeah.
the world is New Donk City. So it's like, okay, all right, that's fine. You know, don't have to get all defensive about it. But we started in the city. Of course, Kyle goes first. I want to bring this up. We go up there for our appointment. We're like, we'll take turns and stuff.
It's because I'm the most amicable. That's why they're going to hand me that controller.
Literally goes, I would like the pro controller, please. Let's go. I like turning around like, wait, what?
That's the
Kyle
thing.
going?
I
first?
said I would like the pro controller, and she starts like assembling the Joy-Cons, and I said, no, I would like the pro controller, please.
And Kyle,
I, like, insisted
literally
upon it.
Kyle, the lady was trying to like give Kyle all these tips and stuff. I was like, no, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. She was so nice, and she's like,
Wow.
at a point, she's like, all right, where do you want to go?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like, where do you want to go?
Because that's the thing is they direct you a lot. You
Yeah.
know, they're like, and you can do this, and you can do this.
And
I'm
you-
like, I
and you know
really
what,
just want to
Kyle,
hang
you're
around.
you are a little bit of a backseat gamer.
Yeah.
As soon as I got on, you're like, Damiani, go over here, do this.
I was just going to say that.
He was still playing the game even when I was playing it.
It's true.
Because I was so because the first thing you want to do, you want to jump for 10 minutes, and that's the thing is the demo ends at 10 minutes, and you know that you have that clock running down the whole time. You just want to figure out the controls, and we did.
Which was important, because
Yeah.
that is actually very important for a
Yeah.
new Mario game. Need to know the controls, need to know how they feel.
Yeah.
I thought they felt pretty good.
Yes.
I know everyone thinks I'm crazy. I still think Mario 64 is the best.
Still even today, after
Yes.
today?
So it was partly because of obsession reasons of that not all the moveset was there. They did have some cool new things.
Yes.
So we found out how to do the tumble roll.
Yeah, that's
we found
new.
out how to
And
do
you
the
can roll
mid-air.
forever. You can just roll
You gotta
for the whole map.
So
Yeah.
even when, this is important. Even when you use the pro controller, there's still motion controls, and they are pretty important to some of the mechanics of the
and
game.
pretty sucky for the hat.
So I didn't use them for the hat ever.
Yeah.
But
They're
I'm
sucky for
sure
the
there'll
hat.
be parts where I have to, and I'm gonna yell at the game. I'm gonna be like, "Why am I doing
so
this?"
basically-
The only thing I saw from
Yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey, I didn't get to play it. When I went through the booth at the end, and,
Yeah.
and I was standing there watching people play, they were trying to control the hat. And
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah.
not, I
So
was like,
explain
"Whoa."
the hat thing, because Kyle, you actually did do the hat.
So okay,
stuff.
you can throw your hat and it'll spin if you hold down Y, but you can also jank your controller right for it to go right, and then jank it left for it to go left, or up, it can go up, and you can also move your controller around to make it go in a circle. I'm probably overemphasizing it. Probably if we spend more time to learn the finesse, we'll get there, but nobody wants that.
And to be clear,
Please.
and other than I
Yeah.
think you messing around with it at the beginning,
Yeah.
I don't think either of us used those motion controls at least consciously.
Yeah, and they're not really required. They're
Yeah,
not
it
at all.
didn't seem like it was
Yeah.
required at all for what we played.
The other exception is Damiani was using the motion controls as he rolled throughout the maps, and that actually did seem effective.
Yeah, so when you do the tumble move, it's just
Yeah.
your momentum while you're running going into the tumble roll. But if you want to get like another like jump start, you gotta shake the controller. So it's like Donkey Kong Country
Yeah.
Returns. Just
Yeah.
shake,
Yeah, uh-huh.
and it rolls.
Shake.
You're right. It's like DK can roll for a level sometimes. He's got Diddy
Yeah,
Kong.
it
with him.
didn't seem that offensive. It was just
speed
like,
runs.
okay, not a big deal. Like it's whatever. But they had the long jump in there still.
Long jumps in there.
Back the back somersault still in there.
The triple jump.
Triple
Triple
jump still
jump
in there.
in.
Nice.
There is a midair
Yes.
dive. So when you jump in the air, you can push a combination of 2 buttons. It'll make Mario do like a dive forward.
Basically R2 and square.
Yeah.
Can you do like a sick
it-
dive into a land and start rolling?
Is it like the catsuit in 3D World? Is it like a straight diagonal down?
It's like more
or
of
is
a-
it like a curve?
It's like basically defying physics. He jumps forward first.
Yeah.
It's like another double jump almost. Like when you're falling, like you jump and you can do it at any point after that. He'll just do like another short burst and go like a trajectory forward basically.
Okay.
So
It's not
basically,
a dive kick.
when I play Sunshine, I like to go like jump, belly flop,
Oh, yeah.
slide on your belly, jump again, like,
Yep.
and you can do the belly flop, but I wasn't able to get that.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It
Sunshine
wasn't like
motion going
64
on.
where
Yeah.
you keep spamming like the dive, roll, dive. It
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't like that. Wall jumps are in there, but you have to wait for Mario to like start sliding. You can't do the spam trick where you like just make contact. Everything required you to actually be very sorry. You had to really overemphasize the directional motions. Like this quick
Deliberate.
flicks. Yeah, thank you. I was like, it's a D word. So
Yeah.
let's,
Ooh, you can do a little spinny tornado too, if anybody.
yeah, which is I think a little bit of a reference to the Mario World twirling, maybe with the cape, like he
Oh, the
spins, because
yeah,
that's what it
okay,
did.
sure.
And then you remember how he? Are you talking about like the aerial twirl or like the spinning thing?
It's the same thing. You just rotate the analog.
Well, the
stick really
twirl
fast.
thing was like Super Mario 64, where he like, jumps on the enemy and goes whoa, and he starts spinning around a helicopter.
Yep.
Oh,
Because
sure,
he
yeah.
falls slowly during that.
Yeah, yeah.
And speaking of falls,
Oh.
there is no fall damage in this game.
Baby.
Yeah.
Because here's one of the big shakeups here.
Yes.
Life can only be restored through actual hearts in the world.
Which are rare.
Coins do not replenish your life. They are only currency for the economy. We saw a little bit about
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
There are ways to buy health increases that increase your max life. It doubled your life. They go away when you die.
Okay,
They're
cool.
not permanent.
So I spent 50
Like Mario
coins
Party
to
style.
double my life, so I had 6 HP instead of 3 HP.
You lose coins when you die, right?
Yes,
and you
that's
lose coins
there's
when you
no
die.
lives.
Yep.
You just lose your coins, and I'm assuming when you get to 0, it just says you can't lose anymore. It just lets you keep going. I don't think there's probably not a game over, but then you can't buy anything. And as you saw in the I don't know if you saw, but in the Nintendo Treehouse presentation, they clarified there's coins, 100 coins in each world that's unique to that world. They look like purple coins. They might change
What
shape
can the
and
gold
color.
coins buy? Because I
That
saw
gold coins buy gear. We were able to buy like a Joe Pesci outfit.
Joe Pesci.
That's what Nintendo said. Look, he looks kind of like Joe Pesci.
He's got pinstripes, a
Yeah.
fedora. Mario looks good in New Donk
Yeah.
City. Yes.
Joe
I want to see
Pesci.
this.
Yeah.
So
It's Nintendo's
badly.
words.
Yeah.
We're just recording Nintendo here.
Yeah.
Like which Joe Pesci? Like,
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Okay.
I don't know
whoa.
if he's got a fedora in Goodfellas,
He
but
does
yeah.
not.
Wait, so-
what the hell?
Remind me what the purple coins buy again.
So purple coins, those are the 1 in 100s.
Yes.
I don't remember what they buy, Damiani, but I think you get something for getting all
We didn't
100.
go into that other shop.
In the trailer,
they
they,
showed it off in the trailer, and they showed it off in the treehouse, and I'm forgetting now.
Oh, Ben, those might be the cosmetic for your ships.
Well, he bought the sombrero outfit in the treehouse demo
thought
with
you
the
could
purple
buy
coins.
things
Oh, okay.
And
either.
that
I think they just
got
have
him
different-
into the
Yeah.
building because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
his style. So
Okay.
maybe it's related
Oh
to...
yeah, you need the outfits.
So what's
for
weird is I
certain
used my
things.
gold coins to buy the fedora, so maybe it's just,
But
just
they
alternates.
said that outfit was not good on that. Wouldn't do anything in that world.
Oh, yeah, it just looked
so
cool.
maybe outfits
Yeah.
you missed in the previous world become available to
For
buy
gold
with
coins.
gold coins, probably for a higher price.
yeah.
Later on.
Cool.
You could buy a half moon.
Yep.
Which, by the way, half moon is this version's game of stars or shines. Those are like the big collectibles you want to get. And was there anything else in there? We talked about the health upgrade.
Yep.
Talked about the outfits. I thought there was like one other thing in there.
Tell me how many, dude.
It's the cosmetics you can buy for your ships. Is the other
But
thing.
yeah,
you
a
can buy
lot
at
of shop
shops.
stuff. Like
Yep.
you need to buy stuff. So economy, Huber.
Tamiani, you're a timeline enthusiast.
Wait, what?
You know,
Not for
you
Mario.
Have, you have sunshines. You collect stars.
Yeah. You collect moons before. It's not our first time
there
touching
are more
a moon.
moons. Also, when
Yeah.
when someone was defeated in the treehouse demo, there were some star bits that popped out.
Excuse me?
The boss fight. The boss disintegrated, and there were like a couple star bits.
Oh, boy.
Not collectible star bits.
This is after Galaxy.
You're
Visual-
arousing my curiosity.
visual star bits.
It's after Galaxy in the Mario timeline. Starbits exist in this universe
Oh,
because
man.
it's after the Galaxy time. After Galaxy in the timeline. So we talked about like how Mario felt and stuff. The basic moves.
Mario
in there.
feels good.
I don't. There were, but the power ups in the hat.
Yep.
We start there. We talked about the motion controls. We saw in the trailer that Mario can possess stuff.
Yes.
So I'm curious, Kyle, how did you feel about the different things you got to possess? Because you did a lot of things. What was like your favorite one? Like for me, the most annoying one. Let's bring this up real quick.
Okay, what?
The remote controlled car part.
So, all right, as you saw in the trailer,
Oh my God.
that one guy that Mario took over, the one tall man, he's the only one we saw taken over today. You can't
real
just throw your
person,
hat
yeah.
at every single human.
Yeah.
They have to be weak of mind. And so he threw it at this guy who's just standing there with a remote-controlled car, obviously weak of mind, and so he was able to control that man. And so then you control an RC car. Damiani was super bad at it.
You thought it was super bad
You were
until
super bad at it.
Nintendo point out this part is supposed to be hard because the controls are made to be ridiculously
They were being
frustrating.
nice to you.
Kyle,
They were
did
being,
you do it?
No, we
okay.
didn't overlap. We did completely different things on our
It
playthroughs.
was
Yeah.
extremely frustrating, but it was very short. Very short, but they said it was on purpose. Like, it was supposed to be like that because it was such a short course. It was literally make a left turn, make a right turn, and then go straight to the stupid moon.
Is there
Yeah.
any chance that they were just telling you that?
To make you feel
They're
good.
just trying to make him feel good. Yeah.
It was.
Because there have been many occasions where I've been playing a demo and they're like, "You were doing so well," and it's like,
all
I've
it
done
was
nothing.
is so there was only forward gas and reverse control on the left stick. The right stick was tank controls, but you had to stop your forward or back momentum to turn. I was like, okay, that's gonna turn. You cannot turn when you're not going forward or backwards. So when you're stationary, you can't move the wheels or anything like that.
But
so you gotta start going forward before you can turn, and it's extremely slow. It takes forever.
Damiani, just like how we had 10 minutes in New Donk City, and you were spent 8 of it on that one RC car.
No,
we're
I didn't spend-
we're spending way too much time talking about the RC car in this
Anyway.
very conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
What cool stuff did you take over with your hat? that you
Bullet
saw?
Bill's probably my favorite.
Bullet Bill.
Bullet Bill's really cool.
What
Use him
about
to
Jaxie?
Jaxie, you ride.
Oh yeah, you don't take over.
Jaxie's that cool mount that looks like just like an Egyptian statue.
Jaxie.
Yeah. Just a
Sorry, I
good
jumped the
name.
gun there.
Yeah. Its name is Jaxi
What about those little
Jaxie.
Easter Island little? Oh no, they're from Super Mario Land.
Yeah, and with the shades.
Yeah. The,
They're,
the stone statue guys.
What's it called in Zelda? That little magnifying glass.
The Lens of Truth?
Yeah, basically their shades are the lens of truth.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
see
how they
platforms
work.
that you wouldn't normally see
In that
otherwise
world.
when you're that guy. Yeah.
But yeah, there was basically had to collect these 5 moon bit parts to make
Yeah.
the moon appear, and all these hidden there's this toxic pond around everything. You're like
Toxic
like what the heck do you
Yeah.
do? And then you put them on. It's like all these paths reveal. But here's the catch: the first one you can move around as the stone thing. You can't jump. It can only kind of inch along.
Yeah.
First one you can walk over the invisible path as the thing and get it. The next one is raised. So you're like, wait, I can't jump. You have to memorize where the invisible paths are to take them up and then traverse as normal Mario.
The penitent man may pass.
Penitent man, penitent, kneels before God.
Kneel!
So here's the thing: these levels are huge.
Yes.
These kingdoms are huge,
Holy
and
crap.
there's just too much to do in them. It's painful for somebody to say 10 minutes because you want to spend all the time you can just exploring every little angle of these. Go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to say, so you might assume there's a lot of freedom in the worlds. You can go and do whatever objectives you want. There's NPCs to talk to get clues or side objectives that lead you to other Moonbit things like that. But there seems to be an intended path because the one time I played on the final on the Sand Kingdom, I went the intended way because Kyle went off in the middle of freaking nowhere and found a musical note thing and the lady's like, I don't know if you should go out here. There's really nothing over here. Kyle's like, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Don't tell me how to play.
Don't tell me to play. And so Kyle went and did everything he wasn't supposed to do. So I'm like, I'll do what you're supposed to. What happens if I do what I'm supposed to? Because I didn't do it the first time in Metro in New Donk City.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got the first star, but not only did it, we didn't talk about the cool freeze frame things when it's almost like an achievement style thing when you get your moon bit, it freeze frames on something, it says the date and time that you got it, and says a name, which is kind of cool. It's but you don't have achievements. Why do you do that?
Yeah.
There's a special version of it when we did the intended ones, but as soon as we finished getting that star bit, it immediately triggered a new quest, a new quest line. It showed a cutscene and showed where we needed to go next. So I was like, whoa, there's kind of an intended path going on here.
Narrative.
I know these are impressions. Can I take a moment to
Sure.
do some wild speculation
Go ahead.
on this,
Do it, Kyle.
on the dates? Do you remember the jump rope in New Donk City?
Yes.
You did 30, and you got a little moon.
Yeah.
But it said your high score and the daily high score. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, Damiani, why would a Switch keep track of a daily high score if
Yeah.
not for some
Online
sort of
leaderboards,
leaderboard?
for sure.
Yeah.
That could be part of the multiplayer.
Yeah, and so I wonder if there's going to be some sharing, if I can see how far, what moons you got and when you got your
would be
moons
so
and that kind
good.
of thing.
That would be great.
Yes. I like this, Kyle. I like this speculation. Good direction.
Back to you, Damiani.
What is it? Draft the tweets now.
Draft your tweet now.
Yeah.
So the point I want to make is
Mm-hmm.
I really love the sense of being able to stay. You weren't ever ejected out of the world. You could stay there, do all the objectives. There's a lot of exploring, a little bit of like figuring out what the puzzle was in some situation. What do I have to do? We couldn't figure out how to open up that pyramid. You actually heard, I don't know if you were watching live, you heard Jonathan earlier talk about it. He couldn't even figure out how to do it. You had to go along the intended path.
Yeah,
because
script path it.
it triggered a series of events that
Yep.
eventually opened that and went in there. And I was like, whoa. So it rewards you for exploring, but at the same time, you might need to also stick to the path.
And how we describe this crypt path is just a beam of light. Not a super tall, obnoxious beam of light. It's not a waypoint. It's just you know from where you start the level where you should go next. It's just a nice beam of light. Is how I describe it.
So I love those different options you have. So it's basically Banjo-Kazooie in style in that you can stay there and do everything, but way bigger scale. It basically takes the best parts of 64 and Sunshine's world designs, a little bit of Galaxy, because I'll say it in a second, not yet.
Okay.
A little bit of Galaxy, and then the scale just amplifies it. As you might have heard earlier in the live stream, I was like joking in my head, did they make Mario Breath of the Wild on some of these levels? Like if they combined all these worlds they made into one, might be as big as Hyrule and Breath of the Wild.
So you're talking about this scale, and especially in like New Donk City, where it's a populated place. There are a bunch of people around. I'm assuming you can go and you can talk to them.
Yes.
No, you can't talk to everyone.
Not everyone, but
I'm assuming not everyone, but
Yeah.
the people that you could talk to. What were the things that they were saying? Was it just basic like, hey, give this a try, or this is how this works, or were they talking about New Donk City itself?
Ben, there's a jazz musician wearing an only red suit,
Okay.
and he says, "My mom told me to go out to play more." And then he's just playing his jazz.
That makes me want to talk to everyone.
Yeah, man. And what's cool
Is it an old man?
no.
Okay. I thought it was just this old man in a red suit saying my mom.
I was really disappointed he couldn't talk to the scout machine.
There's
thing.
robots. There's
The
robots that look like Rob that they're basically binoculars. You pop in and you can actually scope out the whole world, which is really cool. Yeah, they don't talk to you. But Ben, what's actually cool is some of them give you contextual clues. So you go to you talk to the mayor. What's her name again? Pauline. Thank you, Mayor Pauline. She says, "Hey, I'm going to have that concert later," which we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
She says, "I need musicians," and so I'm like thinking back, oh, that guy. He's a musician, so I would go back and recruit him. There's some people saying, "Oh, there's some obnoxious music above us," and so you like look up, and there's a musician on top of that building, and so Mario's got to figure out how to get on top.
I
of that
was hoping
building.
all of the contextual clues were related to that red suit guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that. Obviously, I love that there's unique drives to do the platforming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And explore these levels.
Can you? I'm assuming the answer is yes, but can you talk to Jaxine?
Who's Jaxine?
The mount.
Oh,
the,
that's just Jaxie, like
no,
taxi.
Jaxie. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I messed it up.
You cannot.
Okay.
Jaxie doesn't talk to you.
How was controlling Jaxie? Because you're the only one who controlled Jaxie. How was it?
Controlling Jaxie is so fun.
Here we go.
Jaxie's fast and slippery. And so first you get Jaxie and you're kind of running around, you're having a good time. You hold down B for brake because Jaxie's too fast. And when you're holding down B, Jaxie slides slowly and then you release it and Jaxie goes. There's no accelerate. Just if you're not holding down B, Jaxie goes. And you can't hold down brake for too long. Jaxie will just start going again. And so it's like, I was doing that and then I went into this cave and I was like, one of those levels.
Yes.
But you're on
love those
Jaxie.
levels.
And so it's super hard and I'm doing things like, oh my goodness, I love the Jaxie levels. I did it in my second try, that part. I'm nuts about Jaxie. Crazy about Jaxie.
The amount of stuff you can interact with your hat.
Yeah.
Especially in New Donk
nuts.
City.
It's nuts.
New Donk City was perfect for like
Yeah.
everything felt like, other than like human NPCs, every single
The
one
hat
of them.
level.
Yeah.
Like, you saw the
Techno.
like being able to turn into like electric current and going down like the
Yeah.
cable wires and controlling that. You saw they go on like the little like pylons or whatever and like
Those are fun. The rods.
yeah
that
the
just,
rods and this like flick yourself
Yep.
like the far distances are up.
You know what's fun is there's people who are just working. They're just sitting at tables
Oh,
like
God,
with
Kyle
laptops.
did this.
You can just throw your hat and knock their laptops around.
Do they have any reaction
They have
to that?
no reaction. It's just like, oh,
Oh, that was so nice of you, Mr.
yeah.
Mario
Bully
guy.
Mario.
yeah. Oh, it's so
Darkest
fun.
Mario timeline right
Yeah.
there. A lot of secrets as well.
So many secrets.
The sewer pipe thing they had to tell about.
Dami inhabited the lid of a
entranceway.
sewer lid and then just pushed it aside and then dropped into the sewer.
You caught the doorway that was like near like a tiny alley. You're like, wait, no, go in there. What's in there? Oh, look,
It's always something good.
it's a roulette game or not roulette.
Something about Mario.
Yeah, that was roulette.
Oh,
yeah.
it's roulette. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta match up all the moons.
Something about Mario being in a back alley.
Yeah.
Is really awesome.
There are several back alleys,
Yes.
Super. And you can dress like Joe Pesci in that back alley.
And
I want to have an encounter with Bowser in a back alley.
well, we were close to getting to.
Damiani
an
was so
encounter.
close to
We were
speedrunning
so
that.
close. So we found out how to open the pyramid. 10 minutes ran out. I got inside, but then time ran out. And then they're like, all right, your time's technically up, but like you can keep playing till the next appointment shows up. We don't think a next appointment's coming. You know, we think you'll be okay. Start playing.
That's what they told us.
OT.
And in my head, I was like, no, you just jinxed us. They're coming.
Yeah,
I
they're
got
coming.
time. We rushed. We got in there. We could see the top where Bowser's little airship was, and we knew there was like going to be a boss battle up there.
Yeah.
But they cut us off right before it.
And what are they called? The Brutals? The rabbits?
Brutals.
They're called
Yeah.
the Brutals.
Yeah.
Damiani
Wedding
was going to
planners.
face off with a Brutal.
But right before that, so I don't know if you've seen it yet, but there's a 2D mechanic in this game.
Yeah,
Yes, that was my
it's on the
question.
trailer.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we got to play the parts that were in the trailer, but then towards the end, we were in the part right before we get to the exit that would lead to the boss. Mm-hmm. It was Super Mario Galaxy gravity stuff, the arrows.
Yeah.
In 2D.
Whoa.
They had the red arrows and the blue
Yeah, yeah,
arrows,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
had to
yeah.
and I was like, oh, I gotta do the
I love
platforming
those
stuff with bullet
stages.
bills going out and stuff. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my, 2D
those
Mario
are
flipping
so
around
fun.
with the different galaxy or gravity situations. I was like, oh yes, I know they're gonna go in all sorts of crazy directions with that 2D mechanic.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, so good.
That's the thing. It just feels like they've combined so many great elements from previous Mario games.
You cannot. There's no run button with it. It's only for people like, oh, it looks like Super Mario Brothers NES. Pretty much handles like it, except there is.
Oh,
no,
when you're in 2D mode.
yeah, there's no run button. You jump way higher, so you gotta be careful about your like how high you can jump. Because I jumped too high and hit something above me. Oh, that's higher than Mario's jump. And
Because you're precise.
Yeah.
you're saying, Kyle's like, can you duck in midair? He wanted me to like duck in mid. You can duck when you're on the ground, but like Kyle wanted me to do the duck jumps, like the crouch jumps.
You cannot do crouch jumps,
And I was like, I don't think that works, Kyle. I'm really sorry about that.
When you get to the edge of the kingdom,
Yeah.
can you just fall off?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, die.
Okay.
Or lose your coins.
Okay.
But
No invisible walls.
no invisible walls.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Ben. I didn't jump off the edge.
Okay.
It looked like you would totally fall off.
Yeah. There was no implication that there was like, hey, Mario, you should turn around, bud. There was like nothing like that.
I'm assuming I know the answer to this, but in the 2D sections, are you locked into that 2D section once you enter it, or can you pop out in the middle of it? Okay.
Only specific points can you pop
Gotcha.
back out.
Sorry, I was forgetting something else about the 2D thing, but no, it's whatever. Not that important. People will figure out when they play it.
Because I love that every costume has a 2D version of itself.
Oh
you know?
yeah, that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I want to see what
Yeah.
Joe Pesci looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
2D
was-
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
I'm
Wet
just
bandits.
trying to- we never got to
Never
the
be
pool
sorry.
though.
Never got. I never
we
got
saw
to
a pool from
There's
a high
so much I
rise.
wanted to see that I
Yeah,
didn't get
basically
to see.
we were left like there's so much we didn't get to see and do. That
That's a really good
we
feeling.
saw where it was. We didn't get to go see up close and experience it.
That sounds like Zelda last year.
Yeah.
Except there was like more purpose behind this, like immediate purpose. You could see immediate objectives all around you.
Yeah.
So more like instant gratification for that.
Yeah.
And one question that remains a mystery is the night versions of levels. We've seen a night vision version of this desert level.
Yeah.
We've seen a night version of New Donk City. No answer, no response yet about whether that's like a different version of the same world, if that's a different world itself. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what that's about.
Were there any whiffs of Donkey Kong?
No.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's like knows the street names and all those things, but yeah, we didn't see one hair.
Okay.
Well,
Yep. So it's doomed. It's
we-
doomed.
It's doomed.
Yeah.
Yep.
we
That's it.
started with the finale, so
Trading in my Switch tomorrow.
that's it.
Here's the thing: this game is greatness.
I
It's
know.
greatness. It looks great. You know, obviously it is on a Switch. You can tell. You can see the Switch on it.
There
But
were reports that it was 720-60. Is this true?
that seems likely. That game I don't think chugged. We'll talk about maybe another Switch game that maybe chugged a little bit, but yeah.
How did the humans look in New Donk City?
Oh, the humans. It's funny. You remember Halo 5 where the enemies in the back would be a different frame rate?
Yes.
Sometimes the
Yeah.
humans do that.
Okay.
But the humans, they look great. They look like they're all sharp dressed.
Yeah.
It's
Red suit man.
yeah, it's so funny. It's all in this like weird vibe. It's definitely New Donk City. They're trying to communicate something with New Donk City, and I think they pull that off.
What's crazy is we've seen 2 worlds, 3 worlds.
We've seen many.
4?
You want to count them off? Let's do it.
Count 'em all.
Okay.
Well,
Metro Kingdom,
Okay.
Desert Kingdom. Is that what it's called?
New
Desert
Donk
Kingdom.
City.
New Dog's Part Metro.
Yep.
Okay.
Dino Kingdom.
Yep.
Ghosty Snowy Kingdom.
Yep.
The Plant Kingdom that's got the iron and
Yep.
all those things.
Cooking thing. Yeah.
The Food Kingdom.
The like bright crystal place is.
Do you think there's
different
only
too,
going
right?
to be 8?
I think
That's
some of
Food
those might
Kingdom.
be the same
Oh, that's
thing.
that. You're right.
Yeah.
That's Food Kingdom.
Do you think there's only going to be 8
You know what?
worlds that
here's
have
the thing.
a bunch of like?
I think it would be a super short game if there are only 8 worlds.
Okay.
Even those who we listed, even though we spent a lot of time in New Donk City, I don't think it would last longer than an hour. That world in itself. And so I suspect that maybe night versions, like different things are going on in it. I suspect that there will be lots of different versions of, lots of different levels within New Donk City, perhaps. What I think the 2 worlds we saw at Damiani wouldn't last longer than an hour each.
You brought up something about like going to other parts of levels.
Mm-hmm.
So the one level that wasn't playable there that they played on Treehouse that I watched the entirety of was the forest level.
Okay.
And there was a part where they fell off into a pit, and I was like, "Oh, they died, ha ha ha!" But it fell down to like a secret like underwood. It's called like the deep wood or dark wood or something.
Dark Souls.
Darkroot Basin.
Darkroot
Where they
Basin.
were like, all right, it's really dark down here. There's
Yeah.
some stuff over there we can't show you yet, and like it's like there's like this robot down here is scared and stuff. Like, and they basically had to like there's a whole new zone to explore. And they made a beanstalk, which you saw in the trailer, which went back up. I was like, oh, that takes it back up to the surface. It took them to a whole nother part of the surface world, that forest. There's a whole other forest area. So it seems like there are going to be areas, like transitions you can access through different means that will just warp you to a different spot. You might not be able to see it visually, like right away in New Donk City. Like I'm using New Donk City as an example.
Yeah.
Like we saw the nighttime stuff, maybe... when you warp or something, it takes a different part and advances day. Like it could be something like that.
Yeah, it'd be
so it seems
interesting.
like some worlds might have multiple parts to it that you can't see right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering. You're naming off all these worlds, but it's like how many of them are in this just the same world? Like, is it
Yeah.
confirmed that it's multiple? You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Those will be
okay.
multiple worlds,
Cool,
for
cool,
sure.
cool.
The music box.
The music box.
Mario dances to that music box, and when you hit it in the hat, it changes radio stations and plays different music.
Mario's got character in this game. Mario, who I make fun of for having no character, is willing to dance and sing, and that's just so nice.
It was so cool to see.
Yep.
I was really upset because I knew that you guys were going to play Mario Odyssey, and I saw the lines, and I was like, I don't know, the other allies have it, they're going to cover it, but
Yeah.
now, like, force my way.
Ben, I heard it wasn't too bad. I heard some people
No,
spend...
it was 6 hours.
Oh.
You have to get there at, like, someone got there at...
Oh.
I talked to someone who got there at, like, 8 a.m. They said they didn't get in.
But we talked to somebody who said I was in line for an hour.
They did.
That sounds
they
like a
kind of
lie.
revised to say like an hour and a half, 2, if you kept listening to them.
Oh, okay.
I think they went a little low at first. Like, oh, okay, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Sure. Okay.
Which probably meant like, maybe it was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a little
yeah.
longer than that.
It's just you two painted a picture of majesty. Like, it feels
Yeah.
like you need to play this if
Like
you're
they should
at
have had 100
E3.
stations.
Yeah.
100 stations.
Ben, I'm still super
getting there
high
at
on the
4
game.
a.m.
It's the game I thought would never exist again, and it warms my belly so much.
So good.
Look forward to Super Mario Odyssey.
Should we even talk about anything else? Honestly,
I know.
Oh, what do you guys have nice?
We got our second most requested impressions game is Dragon Ball Fighterz. At the
You all
end,
played this,
chat
right?
blew up with like, please play Dragon Ball. Send people to play Dragon Ball.
I have so much to say about Dragon Ball Fighterz. I
Okay.
know Brad has a
You want-
lot to say about Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Fighterz.
Come on. Or...
Oh yeah. Because you hate this game.
Do I?
Wait.
I think you're mistaking hate for Toriyama's artwork.
That's what I am. That's yeah.
Does that really make the
Wait,
game?
I'm actually curious, Damiani. Do you have some inside scoop on this game?
Not now. No.
As a former Funimation employee.
Oh no! I know. I just no idea about this.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Interesting.
Here's what I want to start the Dragon Ball Fighterz conversation off
Yeah.
with is, so before we played anything, we had a theater presentation where they went through their whole lineup.
Yeah.
The guy presenting the Dragon Ball Fighterz, like explaining the mechanics and showing us the trailers, was absolutely hilarious. I have never seen an E3 presentation like this in my life, and it started off a little bit strange because when Dragon Ball Fighterz, and then there was the text, "the perfect fusion" in all caps.
Yeah.
And you might just think that was a tagline. The guy that came out, it was not. I don't want to say arrogance. Arrogance is not the right word here, but it was.
I'll say he thought this game was the hottest shit
Oh,
around.
like. It was insane. The entire time he was like smiling, like acting like he was on this giant gold mine, and he was like, "We know that fans have been waiting for this game for a long time. It is the perfect game. It may look even better than the anime."
Yeah.
That is what he said.
We were like, yeah,
That
me
is
and Ben
what
looked
he
at each other,
said.
we're like,
What? And it was like it's such a joy that we were able to deliver this perfect game for you. And like,
There's this weird detail. I don't know how long it can be heard. There's this weird detail where he's saying the gameplay is at 60 frames per second, but somehow
The
there's
character
an
movement's
at
animation
20
filter that's 24 frames per second.
right. So I think what he was saying is when you're actually fighting, when you're pushing buttons, it's 1080p, 60 frames a second. But when the characters are coming in, or when you're having like cutscenes, it's 24 frames.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
To make it look like an
Yes,
anime.
to make it look like an anime.
And that's where the camera shifts.
Right.
Okay, cool.
But so yeah, it was just funny, his whole demeanor the entire time. But then we got out and we actually played it, and it is exactly what you want it to be. It feels so good and it's
perfect fusion.
gorgeous. Like you're fighting on these stages, and the stages themselves are just a delight to look at because everything that you're doing when you're crashing into the ground, when you're throwing projectiles that travel along the ground, the ground is just breaking up, and every character, it's a 4-button game basically. You have light attack, medium attack, heavy attack, and then special. But special, for all the characters that were in the demo at least, it was just a basic projectile. You can deflect those projectiles.
By blocking?
I think we did it accidentally,
Yeah.
and then I was watching somebody else do it, so I didn't actually get to do it myself. I think it's like timing it correctly with your own special attack, but I could be totally wrong on that.
There was a really sick moment too that was really small. We both noticed as we both punched our fists together.
Yes.
Like that classic
And, like,
Dragon Ball, like
canceled out each
yeah,
other's
it was
attack.
awesome.
But I saw the people after us playing, he deflected the special attack, the basic fireballs, and it went into the building and just destroyed the building.
Yeah.
And then we didn't do this either, but I think there's so much Marvel in this game. And I think if you do a level 5 super, or I could be wrong on this, but there's some sort of super that you can do where if you end the match, it's destroyed. And so you get a special thing. So when you're in the tournament stage, so there's 2 stages. There was the tournament stage, and then there was the Namekian stage. In the tournament stage, they were playing as Vegeta, and he did a destroy super, and he did a huge blast that went beyond the tournament and was destroying the city beyond.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
And the one we saw in the video, Boo just makes a huge dome
Yeah.
of destruction.
Right, that's
And
just
then
a regular super,
And
I
the
think.
next stage, it's like you're living in a lava world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could there's one of the attacks you could see it from space or something like that. I forgot
Right.
who does that.
Yeah,
You just
that's
see,
like a
some
big Kamehameha. Yeah.
through space.
I
Oh.
love that. Because we watch Injustice 2 and you get thrown into space
Yeah.
and then you blow up and then the stage looks the same,
Right.
Which actually, no, that's not fair to Injustice 2 because it does actually, a lot of things blow up on that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One,
transitions.
Yeah.
one mechanic I thought was really cool and clever is the instant transmission or teleport
Yep.
mechanic. So basically, you could teleport.
Using special?
it takes away 1 meter.
One bar of your meter.
One
yeah.
bar of your meter. I think what's the max? 7? Was it 7 or 5? It's something like that.
I definitely saw a perfect cell with 7 bars.
Okay, but it's like a total game. It reminds me of like a combo breaker almost in Killing Instinct, but maybe not to that degree where it like completely negates everything. Like you could still like, for one instance, I teleported behind Ben, and then Ben teleported immediately behind me.
And then unleashed a super.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
like...
It was...
I've never seen a game that captures the feel of like an anime so perfectly
I wish we could have recorded
in the footage of it.
Brad and I, our expressions during this, because when we got it, we were like, oh, this feels good, this looks really good. The moment where we lost it is when Brad did an instant transmission, and then I countered it with my own at just the right time.
Yeah,
and
we're
it
just
was
like, oh!
Yes.
It was so exciting. I think that the important thing to convey is how easy everything is to do.
Great.
Almost every single move, except for I think 2, were quarter circle motions. Either quarter circle forward or quarter circle back, and then a button. There were a couple that were down, and then a button. But
No charge characters.
No charge characters
Great.
whatsoever. Even supers, it's not double quarter circle forward, then a button. It's just like quarter circle forward, then a trigger.
Okay.
So it's all very, very, very easy.
Yeah, you can also charge up your meter like the characters
Right.
do in like the show.
Right.
So you don't have to just hit someone or get hit to charge it up.
I saw like Goku power.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of cool because
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks great.
in Street Fighter you'll do like loose supers just to build meters sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
interesting.
It has a mechanic that is sort of like the Dust move in Guilty Gear, and if you're not familiar with Dust in Guilty Gear, it's basically an overhead attack, and I believe it's an overhead as well in Dragon Ball FighterZ, where you will hit them and you'll knock them up in the air, and as you're knocking them up into the air, the camera will pan to the side, and then you can follow them up and do an air combo. And the other thing... Oh, the ways that you can extend combos. So if you connect with a heavy attack, it will launch them and it will do a wall bounce. And then there's another special move that you can do. It's a chase move. So wherever they are, you fly toward them really quickly.
Yeah. That's a
and can
good gap
follow up with a
closer. It's really
combo.
cool.
And then you can do the instant transmission if you want to spend 1 bar of that meter to keep going. And you can just chain all of these things together. And like Marvel vs. Capcom, you can... do a super and then call in another character to do their super. So you're doubling up, and then once their super is over, you're that character.
Yeah.
So it's a safe way for you to
It's
switch
cool
in.
because like in the 3D ones, you could do all this, but all the large environment would be so cumbersome. They would like
Right.
fly far away.
Yeah.
And just the pace would get all like
Right.
botchy. The fact that it's like tight in 2D just seems like the perfect fit.
Yeah, well, one thing that really separates this is the 3v3 aspect.
Can you hold them like Goku Piccolo style? Can like you call in someone to like grab them?
I have not seen all of
then,
the
like-
assists that I saw for every single character, both the heroes and the villains, is some sort of energy blast so far.
And it sounds like actually there is no grab, right?
We didn't.
I don't know. We didn't even try.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't do any sort of grab, and there was nothing
like that.
on the controls
There
that
was like
said
that
grab.
punch thing that kind of seemed like a grab almost. You know, where
Yeah.
that's really fast. Like you know, in Dragon Ball, they punch like really fast.
But I
That
have to
seemed like-
wonder-
it was almost like a grab, like the buttons, like the shape you would do for a grab.
Oh, just by pressing 2 down.
Because
you mean.
it like locks them into this like punch thing really quick, and they get knocked back a little.
I have to wonder if because it's Guilty Gear though, if you get close to them and then push heavy in a direction, I'm not sure.
You might automatically do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Possibly.
no, we didn't do any grabs and we didn't see any grabs from any of the other players.
Cool.
But yeah, the 3v3 aspect is really exciting because of the way that the characters come in. So you're fighting, you get a character down, and then they just have a brief animation where the next character comes in and says, "Hey, I'm here." He flies in and he locks arms, and they stare each other down before you get into the fight.
I was worried the trailer they like it was really cool when Goku and Frieza did that, but then
Yeah.
like every time someone came in, it was the exact same.
Yeah,
Is that gonna
it's similar, but I think what saves it is so incredibly brief.
It's
Yeah,
very
just-
brief.
It's replacing round 3.
Right.
You know, it's replacing a transition in round 3. It's,
Yeah.
And you
it's
know
that
how-
instead, yeah.
Like in Injustice or Mortal Kombat or like Killer Instinct, where you're transitioning between rounds and they just sort of like fall down and then get up, and then like the character that wins is a little animation. To me, it's just a way of like
Speeding it along.
No, signifying like the next phase of the fight,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So it's like one long one instead of like chopping it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
I think it appropriately captures the spirit of the manga and show with that transition, though. It
Like-
feels right out of it. Something that you see the characters they would do.
That guy was right.
He was right.
He's right. It's perfect. It's
Oh,
so,
he is on a
it's-
mountain of gold.
Oh, he's on
Yeah.
a mountain of
He
gold.
knows it. He's like, look at our game.
So I have some like dorky questions.
Yes, please.
I saw Frieza go gold.
Yeah.
Is that like a level 5 super?
It's a transformation that you can do with the characters, I think, by spending
A lot of
a
meter.
certain amount of meter.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure on the
Yeah, I
specific
don't know, because
details.
I think Goku can do the Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, he can do...
So
yeah,
he can't go blue.
We didn't see it.
We didn't see blue.
We didn't
Because if
even
Goku's
do...
or if Frieza's going gold.
The
Yeah,
only
it'd only be
transformations
right.
that I saw
Yeah.
were Gold Frieza and SSJ3 Goku.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
And
It's-
what was weird is I saw the one video with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and once he was done, he reverted back immediately. Gold Frieza kind of got to stay as Gold Frieza for a while, but then it did eventually wear off.
What was when the gold one did it? Was it just for... Was it the end of the round, or was it...
It wasn't. You're right. When the character switched to Gold Frieza, it wasn't transform and then do a cool super.
Yeah. Right.
So maybe
It was a
that.
state.
Yep.
Oh,
Great. Thank you.
I think you
Damiani.
did like some sort of Kaioken state at
There
one
it
point
is,
or
Gold
something.
Frieza, everybody. If you were wondering what I was talking about,
yeah.
there it is.
And there it is.
Oh,
We didn't even do this to the stage.
No, we didn't do it to
right.
the state.
This is what happened after Boo's super.
Yeah.
Just demolished the planet Earth. Oh, it looks so
See, like,
cool.
there was the transmission.
Yeah.
It was
is
so
perfect.
hard
Yeah.
because we only played 2 matches, and there was we were in the press booth for Namco Bandai, and it was definitely the longest line there. It was like everybody was there
Yeah.
to see Dragon Ball Fighters, and you could feel it. Like you would turn around, and the people
And
behind
you
you
can see
had
Frieza's done being
these
transformed.
stone faces. They were mad that you were in front of them playing this game, and so
Yeah.
we didn't want to
Hog it too much.
Hog it too much, but
I think not just from us. I think this game is getting a lot of positive attention at
Yeah.
E3.
Well, I think it deserves
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
they said when we came in there, they said that because they were actually seemed to be a little bit shocked because they had a sense that people were going to come by and they're going to give awards for Ni no Kuni 2, and they say like Dragon Ball might get more nominations than Ni no Kuni. Is like
It might get more nominations than any game.
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
there were 2 things that we're seeing in the footage right now, just for the audience that I want to point out, is when you see the orange circle appear over the characters, but nothing happens, that is them trying to activate basically where they go and they do a bunch of punches and then launch them up into
Yeah.
the air.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to activate, and you basically have to be within the radius of that circle. Another thing is
That
you
was
saw...
so fast.
It's very fast.
He just like knocks him away. Super Saiyan 3, charge
Yeah,
in,
dude.
hit him,
Yeah.
Kamehameha, done.
Look at that win animation too.
You see-
Oh.
there was-
So that's the 24 frames per second right there. That's like
Yeah.
stealing the. That's cool.
So we talked about how you could use sort of that pursuit move to chase them after a wall bounce or a launcher. You saw him use it in close proximity there, where basically they got close to each other, and then Goku did it and went over Frieza. So it's not just for chasing; you can use it to confuse them as well, which is really cool.
Also, we did not see any new characters, in case anyone was wondering.
No.
Just these 6.
Just the 6.
Yeah.
For now, yeah.
I think Blood's comment is really funny. I don't think anybody knew what they were sitting on with this one. I don't think anybody knew how perfect this could be. And the weird thing is, Dragon Ball Xenoverse games sell well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bandai
Xenoverse is
Namco-
great.
See, there it was. That's like the kind of grab thing we were talking about.
Yeah, and then
And he
actually,
combos
so
into
it
it.
does an animation as you've poured over, which is cool. They could have just kept doing Xenoverse games. It's
But they said no.
yeah, you're right.
There's an important thing that I want to bring up, and again, just talking about how easy this game is to get into, because I think people see the speed and get a little bit intimidated.
I'm intimidated.
I'm intimidated.
Yeah, don't be.
It doesn't feel like that when you're playing.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It looks more intimidating than it actually is. And another reason for that is there is an auto combo system like Persona 4 Arena, another Arc System Works game, where if you are just mashing attack, you will chain a sequence together that would normally take different button presses.
Huber and I will be using that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nappa coming at you.
Nappa's not in the game,
Nappa
dude.
coming
And so
out.
basically,
if Nappa's not in this game, I'll be,
The impression
I'll
I
be
get is
hurt.
All Stars only because of the care they're putting into each character. You know what I mean? When they just honestly, Huber, you know how I feel about Nappa. Like, I don't think he
Yeah.
belongs in the game.
I think he's a main character. Though.
I don't think go nuts. I don't think like put Chaozu in there just so like somebody can like goof
You
around.
do, like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Chaozu.
Like the
Yeah.
Saiyan arc.
2 people playing.
I think anyone involved in the Saiyan arc is like essential Dragon Ball fighter. I think all those guys.
They're irrelevant now, dude. They're irrelevant.
Zybermen.
I
They're-
like when everyone gets to fight, dude. I hate when it's all just
Actually,
Saiyans
I hate when it's. Well, you're right.
like it's Saiyans and the main villain, and then that's it. Like,
There-
I don't like when it's like that.
There are a
hear
couple
you
more
there.
mechanics things that I just want to mention very quickly.
Yes.
So assists. Once you use an assist, it takes a. You see the bar there. That takes a long time to fill. It's not something that I think you can use very liberally. You can't spam the same assist over and over again. And like Marvel vs. Capcom, if an assist is out, you can damage it. So you can damage the character that is out and the assist they call at the same time, depleting both of their health bars. And when the assist, so any character that isn't in play will recover life. Will recover like the red portion of their health bar when they're in the background.
Regen.
Yeah.
So just a ton of Marvel carryovers.
It's a ton of
yeah.
Marvel.
Big-
It's
yeah,
so
a lot.
much Marvel. Yeah.
in the
Absolutely.
best ways.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
what a
fantastic game.
What a
dude.
game.
So excited.
Is there a date?
Early 2018.
Perfect.
Beta this summer.
Oh yeah.
There's a closed beta by the end of the summer.
Blood got the codes.
Blood, you have the code?
Not yet.
Okay. He emailed them though.
We need 9 codes.
Yeah, I mean I hear what you're saying, Huber, with the transition every time, but man, it's just so quick.
It's cool. It's cool, but like by the 80th time, I might be a little worn down.
DLC.
I don't know.
I like it more than round 2 fight.
Yeah.
I do.
I
Like
mean, that's what it is.
That,
It's just a round 2.
The knockback, Super Saiyan 3, like teleport, instant transmission, hit, Kamehameha, all of that in a matter of like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Is the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Honestly, I think him going Super Saiyan 3 is part of that super. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it is just
It might be,
instantaneous.
yeah.
I bet it is.
Emphasize the damage.
Yep.
Hell of a game. dude.
Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah, it looks great.
Blood,
Beautiful
do
game.
you want up here, dude?
Arc System Works
Yeah,
for
I can get in on this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben, you were about to say something about Arc System Works, though.
No, I'm just like Arc System Works makes many incredible games, and now they are given a license that is so popular where everybody will get to see that they are gods among men.
Yeah. Household name.
Household name.
Yeah, we did have a suggestion from Jeff. I don't want to like make us go too brief, but
Yeah.
we spent half of our time on 2 games, and I alone have like 12. So
Sure. Blood is just so exciting.
Yeah.
It's hard not to
yeah,
keep talking.
I'm gonna start.
So you're skipping me?
Huh?
no,
skipping
don't
me?
skip Huber.
Yeah, you're skipping me, Blood.
You just got some of the best stuff.
Didn't know that this was. I was just asked to come
Skipping me?
on the desk. I thought that was.
No, that's all right.
Oh.
I'm confused.
No, go for it. Feel free.
Oh boy.
I would not, Blood, I would not at this point.
No, please. I don't have anything good. So.
What do you mean you don't have anything?
think I
You
did
have plenty of things.
couple
Well,
of
no, you're
I
insane.
really
to say.
after
Blood's laying down the law.
after
I know what you saw.
After Mario. After Mario and Dragon Ball, I really don't have anything good.
Don't be a
I mean,
quitter.
Don't be a quitter.
There's stuff that
Don't
you
be a
and Ben
quitter.
saw
Alright.
together that's good. There's stuff
Let's
you and I
let's
saw
bring it
together that's
down.
good.
We gotta go down to be built back up.
Yeah.
What are we going down on?
We're going down on Shadow of War. We're going way down.
Oh, we're going. Okay.
We're going way down. Way down.
Wow, dude.
You're down on it?
I'm down on it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, I think it should be said that you were probably the most vocal critic of Shadow of Mordor in the GT office, along with Ian.
Yes.
I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Ian
still
probably won.
finished it to completion, and I still enjoyed my time with it, despite being critical of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it was not just criticism. It was, this is absolutely, like, it was, you were mad when
was
you
mad.
saw it winning Game of the Year. There
Yes.
was anger there.
It was a classic 7.
Yeah, it's a 7.
Yeah.
I think it is a 3-star game disguised as a 4-star game.
Okay. Is that what Shadow of War feels like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we were up on this after the
Yeah.
conference.
This
Now what?
this was rough on both fronts. I saw a theater demonstration, and then I got hands-on playtime,
Oh.
and both of them were rough.
Oof.
Theater demonstration, they do a tower or a fortress battle, and they're going through this fortress battle, and they're like charging the gates with their army, and you know like the things in Two Towers, like the orcs have like the big like hyena things
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So like her own hyenas would like just charge forward to the gates and then like all of a sudden just like veer into another direction, like back away from the army that they're supposed to attack and like run into their own units just for no reason.
Oh no.
Just like really sloppy animations from this game the whole way through. Just like every time they'd go down and she would jumped in like down into the station, because when you're attacking the fortress you have to capture 3 points, which I think is pretty cool. It's like a little capture the flag type thing. You progressively push the enemies back into the keep, and then you have like a boss battle. So she flies down into the first area, and she's surrounded by orcs, and so many of them are just like
Just
It's
standing
like a
there.
Muso game
just like this.
where they just stand there and they don't attack.
man.
Just-
I mean, that's what it reminds me of.
yeah. Just just really rough.
Huh.
But the main thing too was the animations that I confirmed when I got my hands on it was hitting things in this game with your sword does not feel good. It just doesn't feel good for me, and that is the biggest takeaway I can really say
For a
is
game-
that the stealth kills are cool, like, and that's the same thing in the first one. Is like stealthing down and like stabbing them with like the half blade
yeah.
feels really good.
Nice.
As does like the teleport strike with the bow and arrow.
So what
But
is-
anytime you're in open combat, it just feels really airy. There's no impact. The
Is it-
animations are really rough.
So you're talking about the lack of impact in the animations. Is it because when you're hitting them that the enemies are not reacting appropriately? It doesn't feel like they're having a good response to
Yeah,
your
they just don't have a
attacks?
response because you'll go into like the mash with it, and it's
Right.
it just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't look like a realistic swing either? Okay.
It doesn't feel like a realistic swing. The enemies don't really react well.
He just teleported through that guy.
There was so much clipping, like, and again, this is early. The game comes out in a couple months, but at the same time, this game just got delayed a couple weeks recently, and now I know why. It was originally supposed to come out in September.
Polish.
It's now October, and that is why.
Polish.
What I played at E3 was rough.
Were there any big new things that weren't in Shadow of Mordor that you thought were cool or bad?
The keep battles are really cool because the armies will have power levels, and then you put in your generals. And the biggest thing for me that I asked, I was like, what's the point of not recruiting a general? Like, wouldn't you just want to recruit every single orc? If you kill them instead of recruit them, then you get loot.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing about loot, though. Killed like a big general, and it dropped a ring. I had a ring with 142 focus. The ring dropped 143 focus.
Ooh.
Just like
Meaningless.
killed a big boss.
Meaningless.
Right.
Meaningless loot. But again, the siege battles are cool because you slot your generals in, and then you can use this currency to buff them. So it'll be like, so-and-so brings in like venomous spiders with them. Cool. Or, so-and-so brings in like a poisoned entourage of guards. Yeah.
Poisoned entourage.
So some like really cool, army battles.
Yeah.
Your army is fighting their army, and that's really cool. But when you're on the ground and you're engaging in combat, I wasn't convinced.
Question about the generals. Are you placing them at different points and they're doing different things, or are you all
No.
kind of going in together and
Yeah,
you're
you
just picking...
Yeah, you slam in. yeah.
Okay.
One very positive thing though is movement traversal. You like tap A at some points. Weirdly though, you get like a prompt for it, which is kind of intrusive, but just sprinting and then, jumping on a ledge and then doing like a shadow jump up to another ledge, then doing a flip, landing down, sprinting more. All that feels really good. Just the biggest concern are the animations and the combat.
How was the frame rate?
Frame rate was okay, but there was just like clipping. Some people were running in midair. There was like a door, like a monster closet, where a door where enemies come out
Yeah,
of.
somewhere clipping just right there. And
Yeah. the monster closet where enemies come out of, the door slammed open, and it was just this like floating, walking in place orc, and just like.
Hubert. Chat would like to know which platform you played on.
PC.
Oh, okay.
PC.
All right.
By their design.
No excuses.
So, yeah, PC. I mean, you know, PC ports.
Preview vids, I wouldn't want to go too hard.
Exactly,
in on this stuff,
exactly.
But, you know.
And I was praising some things, you know, fairly. But at this point, you know, you're trying to sell me on this.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, and that is
Absolutely.
that is what I saw.
You were concerned.
Honestly, very concerned about the animations and the combat. The bow and arrow feels really good. The ranged, the traversal, the stealth, but the open combat was lacking, and a lot of bugs. Like a lot of just jank.
A lot of jank.
A lot of clipping, a lot of enemies just kind of floating around, and just like they stand there like bad AI, enemies just standing there staring at you. Your own allies going in the complete wrong direction. Like
When you're
strange.
confronting a Nemesis system character, how did those interactions feel? Did they feel unique?
So what was cool is that she died at one point. Like we went off book in the stage presentation.
Yeah.
She died. And then, you know, that's what I love about it is that dying has consequences. When you die, the orcs level up themselves and things carry on in the world. I love that about it. You know, there's no like death state of it. So she died, and then she sought out someone close to him to find his weaknesses, and then hunted him down like revenge style, which is really cool. I love
cool.
those encounters and those like kind of unscripted stories that are possible with this Nemesis system. You know, and again, they have a couple months to iron it out. So if they can iron out that combat and those animations, it should be a solid game.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
You want some water, dude?
I got water. I've been going hard. Today was Syndrome Day.
Yeah, he was yelling on the top of his lungs.
Can confirm.
What time did you start filming?
Like 8:45, 9.
Yeah.
Hubert, did you get the shot I wanted? Yes or no?
Kind of.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Can we take
I felt uncomfortable. I'll tell you about it later, Kyle. It made it in the episode. It's uncomfortable.
Have we mentioned that booth yet on stream?
Don't mention it.
What?
You can see on my episode that'll probably go up tomorrow.
Okay, because I walked by it for the first time today, and I was like,
Strange.
Bizarre.
What?
Very bizarre.
Yeah.
All right.
Not sure what they're talking about.
Blood, what do you got?
All right, Blood.
I got stuff. I kind of want to start at the end of my day because, like I said, Ubisoft's booth. I didn't get to take notes, so if I don't talk about these 3 of these tonight at least, I'm just gonna get flushed out of my head with tomorrow's stuff. But since Huber's still up here, we got to do some Assassin's Creed update.
Are you raising the roof right now?
Because I finally got to play it.
Yeah, we both played it.
Raise it.
Okay.
So, I shared some first impressions the other day, but I was rushed. It was at the end of the time at Microsoft, and I didn't really get any time with the combat. I didn't really do the mission that you were quote unquote supposed to do. I did a completely different mission. And now I got to play basically the whole demo.
Yes. You're not convinced.
This combat system, I am not convinced.
Ooh.
To remind people, so basically, like you hit like left bumper to pull your shield out and lock on. So it's like a tap. So I was trying to hold it at first. It took me a little while to adjust to it.
Totally.
And then you've got like a weak attack and a strong attack.
Yeah.
On the enemies.
Wait, hold on a second. Pull out your shield and lock on?
Yeah.
So
Is
you
you
the same
tap
button?
You tap it to lock on.
Uh-huh.
And your shield is out.
What's R3 do?
What does R3 do?
R3 is kneel.
Crouch.
Wait, you're trying to tap it to lock on, but he's doing the shield pull-out animation.
If you hold it, it's the shield. If you tap it, it's locked
But
on.
I think I tapped it and the shield was just out. Like you just kept it out.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe when you're locked on, actually it...
Yeah, but you can still dodge and stuff with
Yeah.
X.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, the way the quest worked was there's this priest that was like beating up this dude because he lost these statues, and he thought he stole the statues and sold them or something, and he's like, no, that my boat just sank, and they're at the bottom of the river or the lake or whatever it is. And so you're like, look, I'm going to prove that he's not lying to you. I'm going to go get the statues back. And so then you do the eagle vision thing where you have the eagle fly around and you kind of look for where they're at. And one of them is like underwater and one of them is on this ship. So I went and dived underwater and found the one that was down there. And then there was also, did you see like...
I killed the hippo.
Oh, you did kill the hippo. Mm-hmm. So you do this
surprise.
You do this weird little ping. I think you click in the left stick to do it. You ping the area and then like all of this loot glows.
What?
And then you like pick up and it just says loot.
No, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
lot of loot. Welcome to 2017.
And then
2017 loot.
And then the statue is one of those bits of loot, but a lot of it I'm not even sure exactly what. I think some of it was weapons, some of it was cash.
You ping. And it scans everything and just pops up with loot everywhere.
Here's the thing, dude. This is wrong. This is kind of wrong. The objective was to go in the water to find the statue. The statue was in a cache of loot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you picked up the objective, and the objective also had a couple things around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just diving in. Ping, loot.
That's
ping,
what I pictured.
Loot. No,
some guy just running around, just pinging the entire game.
No.
Okay.
But I wonder how much you could.
No.
I wonder how much you could.
I wonder.
But anyway, so then you use the eagle to also like tag everyone on the boat, and then you figure out how to take them out. So you take out some guy's stealth. There's like these oil pots that you can break and light on fire. So there's this one that's like just stupidly sitting right next to a fire with a guy sitting next to the pot. So you break it
Classic.
and you burn the guy to death. And then there's this one guy who's just like infinitely peeing off the side of the boat, and so you sneak up behind him to assassinate him.
Infinitely.
How was the AI? Did you have those Huber moments where you're right next to somebody and...
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, actually, there's a couple of times, because I failed at it because there's some captains and stuff, and the boat is actually kind of awkward to do a lock-on kind of fight on because there's so much stuff on the boat that, like, you kind of bump into things and the camera kind of goes behind things and you're just trying to get a good view of who you're fighting. But there are a couple of times, again, because the game's not done yet, so there was like a gap. There was like a mast here and like a rail here, and there was a gap to where I could, assassinate this guy that was peeing off the side of the boat. And every time I'd push the button, and when I do the assassin animation, I would just like bounce into like the rail or something, and he wouldn't notice, and I just have to kind of force my way through the gap and then assassinate him.
So he's not noticing as you're repeatedly just bumping into it. Okay.
And then, so I did the mission, and then they also had a different thing, which was like an arena combat thing, and that's where like. Okay, I got a better feel for the combat because there was room to move around, and you could use a heavy attack to kind of break through somebody's shield, like they're holding up a shield. You can you'd hit the shield, but they would kind of fall back a little bit, so you could then get them from behind with some quick attacks and do a little combo that way. And so there were a few waves, but the waves weren't like overwhelming. It was usually about 3 or 4 guys at a time. So there'd be like a heavy guy, there'd be some archer, and then maybe a couple of just sort of normal grunts, maybe with or without shields. But then I got to the boss, and they like prepped me like, get ready, this is going to be the hard part.
They said the same thing for me, and I just mashed.
You just mashed?
Mashed him out.
Here's what I did. So you know how they had these traps, these like spinning spike things?
Yeah.
I just got on the other side of the spinning spike thing and let him like keep animating himself into the spikes.
Oh, that's the best part, is that I was mashing him out, and then I like backed away for a sec, and he was like running at me, and he just ran into the spikes, trigger end cutscene.
Yeah, I killed him with the spikes too.
Yeah.
I think I actually attacked him.
I didn't even
like
do it. I was
once.
just standing there. Here's the thing, though. All right.
You stood and he ran into the spike.
Yes. Here's the thing, though. Here are the positives that I want to give.
The world looks great.
Here's the positives,
Okay.
because I feel like Shadow of War and this game are in direct competition. They're open world AAA titles that will be released nearly around the same time. The movement in Assassin's Creed Origins to me felt good. Being on the horse, you feel lighter. You feel a lot more in control, Brad. I know we have these conversations a lot about.
I was saving this to the end,
especially about Assassin's Creed. You know, it always you kind of feel like you kind of have to wrestle with the characters just a little bit. You know, they're heavy. They're kind of a little bit clunky. It feels really good to control him. He's way more responsive than I've ever felt in an Assassin's Creed. Just simply moving him is. It feels nice. Especially after playing Shadow of War too, because Shadow of War has that really heavy camera, that thing where like, am I the only one where you play an open world game and like, you move him to the right and there is like an input lag? It like takes kind of a second to like move him to you'll do it and then he'll go like, this is spot on. You move him, he goes. Like the movement is really solid. And I also want to praise the eagle. Just calling out the eagle and just flying around feels so serene. It feels so liberating. And the world...
I feel like I'm still split on the eagle thing.
I'm really worried about the eagle.
I like the eagle. I was just like, oh man, I can fly around all day.
Because it feels like when you're flying, it's kind of hard to do what you need to do. And then you just like do the thing where you just stop. And then you're just a camera perched above everything. And you just click. Click that guy, click that guy.
You're just a drone.
Blood is hitting him exactly why I'm worried about the eagle, because while it's great to be serene and soar the skies, I think in a game where knowing where your enemy is so important, it's something you're going to be doing constantly. And I think like Blood was saying, just okay, now I'm the eagle, now I've got to fly around, now I've got to do this. It's not just something where it's like, all right, I'm looking, there he is, mark. Yeah. It seems like maybe over the course of an entire game, the whole process of it could get tedious.
It hones you in on where enemies are.
Okay,
it's like
it's aware of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like the meter kind of like, oh, you're getting closer to, there's someone, like,
gotcha.
It kind of guides you in.
It's not just throwing you up there, it is specifically
There's
tracking
like
you
the
to...
yellow around it when it shows
you'll be able to see the location of every enemy before you enter an area?
If they're visible from above, yes.
That takes away like so much of the tension of actually sneaking into somewhere.
Well, it depends as how many enemies are inside.
Exactly. There's some indoor environments that you can't.
Well, I just asked you that. You said yeah.
Well, I mean, no, assuming
they're from above.
Yeah, from above. Like if you have your eagle out above, you're gonna get everyone around the area. But like if you go inside, I'm sure there's a lot of interiors, a lot of caves. Who knows?
No, my thing was, could you see like through buildings and stuff?
Oh no, I don't think so. No, not that I'm aware of.
It seems like they're very much emphasizing range combat. That's like a path that you can take your assassins down. Does it feel too powerful? Is it too easy to just kind of peck away everyone and then?
It's definitely getting those headshots with the bow.
Strong. Very strong.
Okay. But there was a captain and a commander on the boat. And so there are more difficult levels of enemies that you can't just one shot. They'll be wearing a helmet or something like that. So it just kind of varies. And the thing is if you are in a place like that where there is a group of enemies walking around a boat, you take out one, other people are going to notice. So it's better to kind of get in close and be more stealthy.
Very hard thing to gauge during a demo, I realize, but did you get any sense of how quickly the character progression moved?
It seemed, dude, this game seems like 100 hours long. I zoomed out of the map. I was looking everywhere. He's like, your mission's down here. I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking at the map, Kyle Bossman style. The map is absolutely massive. I looked at the skill tree, the giant skill tree it revealed.
Yeah, the skill tree was pretty intimidating.
You can keep pumping things. Like one of the things was like put a point in it and you get damage plus 1%. You can do that and it gets more expensive. So like skill points, go multiple. Like
I look at some of the skills.
Huge.
Like I think that there probably is a lot more variety to the combat that we're not able to exploit. Like one of the things I saw, I didn't have the points because I only got one skill point during the whole thing. But there's a move where you can shield charge.
Okay, cool.
So you hold the B button and you just run straight at somebody, shield forward.
Yeah, and the axe, if you hold heavy attack, you do a spin, whirlwind.
That's cool. Some
really cool.
adding some variety to
The
the weapon
combat
types.
the combat felt really cool to me. It's not going to blow anyone away. It's not going to be Dark Souls or Breath of the Wild or anything crazy. But it was it's the most in 10 minutes that I've been engaged in Assassin's Creed combat in a long time. You can mash in the other Assassin's Creed like there's no tomorrow.
You just mash the boss down.
You can be Jacob Fry. You go in. You bop. I mashed the boss down. But I don't know if I ran into a glitch or something. I wanted to come back to this because the developer was like, he seems to be like going really easy on you. I don't really know what's up. I don't know if that was an excuse or I got him because he was just kind of running at me. He wasn't really attacking.
I definitely had a tough time with the guys before him.
Yeah, you still have to dodge a bit. You dodge to the side, dodge back, dodge in, do a quick strike. Like the combat felt pretty cool to me. Again, it's not going to blow anyone away, but it beats the hell out of Jacob or Ezio or anyone going in and just mashing square and then triangle and then square, like attack, counter, attack.
So you seem much more positive on this game now
I am.
that you've played it.
Because it felt really good. And the last thing that I'm trying to say is because...
I feel like we're sending a little mixed messages at the moment.
Because it's not... there's pros and cons. The world felt alive and it felt good to be in. And again, comparing it to Shadow of War, that is, of course, it's Mordor, death, orcs, hard to kind of compare the worlds, but still, this world felt so much more alive and realized and more of a pleasure to be in and just walk around. Civilians are coming into the marketplace. People are moving, people are living. It felt good.
I think the thing that is most impressive to me watching the trailers is just the density of everything.
Yeah.
Just the amount of foliage present. Everywhere you're going, there's just streams of people. I feel like in other Assassin's Creed games, there are sort of predefined points where it's like, okay, we're going to have a lot of people here, but you very quickly go into areas where it's super sparse and kind of lifeless. It seemed to me, and it sounds like from your impressions, that it's just the entire world as a whole is more consistent with its presentation.
Yes. Feels good. Feels good to play.
Did you do that? Did you drop from a tree and shoot somebody?
I did not.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
No Breath of the Wild.
No, but I did climb up the back of a ship and go on a little thing and then drop down Assassin style. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, it felt good. Didn't
I know. I still feel like the combat, the movement, and everything's still kind of awkward.
I was
doing a lot of backing up and
a lot of side and back down.
I mean,
a lot of
for
dashing.
an opening. Yeah.
A lot of this.
What worries me is if you were saying, combat on the whole felt good, but the boss was maybe a little bit weird. It's funny to me that both of you had pretty bad.
Yeah, the boss maybe his AI was off. I don't know.
For both of you?
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. For the
whole
whole build, the boss was just not ready because it was a separate thing. We did go into the arena, and then he's like, "Okay, back out," and then he loaded the boss fight. It was a separate instance. So
I want to go back to the loot really quickly. The things that you were gathering, did they feel interesting at all?
So I was so concerned, Ben, that it was just going to be loot fest.
Yes.
The only time I gathered was when I was picking up the objective.
Okay, so it wasn't constant.
Yeah, enemies were not dropping things.
But it did feel like when you're picking that stuff up that it was just there was, I don't know, it just felt sort of empty. It was like, okay, I got loot.
Totally.
Yeah.
You're not excited to get.
Yeah.
But they've said that there are going to be legendary loot items.
Oh yeah, I was sure it was going to be all that stuff.
It's just a matter of
But I just sort of felt like I wasn't aware of what I even picked up until I kind of went into a menu to see if I had
that is
stronger
a
weapons
big
or something.
pet peeve of mine.
Crafting, an excessive amount of crafting materials.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand that.
Something like crafting materials, is there a limited amount you can hold, or can you
No idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The weapons and the armor have buffs ranging from level 1 to level 4. It was crit level 2, crit damage level 2, crit success rate. So
cool.
Where do we want to go next? Do we want to do another one mine? Do we want somebody else up here? Who's up?
Brad, what you got?
We can do Ni no Kuni.
Yes, yeah, let's do Nino Kuni.
Kuni.
Should we get Damiani up here then
Yeah,
too?
we should get Damiani.
Saving the best for last.
You want to?
Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which way are you going?
I'm going this way.
I'm going this
I'm
way.
going this way.
Yeah. Did you play both?
Yeah, I play both.
Okay. I only played the one, so it's good that you have that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play as much Nino Kuni as you give me. Every time. Every time. Look at these notes.
Yep, we got
Oh yeah, we have all the character names. Good.
a little help.
Maybe you should just leave them. I guess I don't know.
Oh, you can leave.
I can't read your name.
Oh, I mean,
Go ahead.
just leave with whatever you want.
Someone's asking about the historical accuracy of
I'll just talk.
Assassin's Creed. They were pretty big on it. They said the year. They were talking about Cleopatra's reign and the pyramids. Even walking to my objective, I saw some things in the sand, and I stopped to go look at them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. Something distracted my eye in the world that I wanted to examine further. I thought that was cool.
Hubert, could you give me a low key
Yeah.
Steve Austin right now? I think your voice is max raspy.
Oh my god.
Low key.
Thanks for watching Easy Allies Podcast.
Low key, dude.
Easy Allies Podcast.
18 games to go.
Second best podcast compared to the Stone Cold Podcast.
There you go.
Be sure to check it out.
I should turn on our camera actually.
Check out the Stone Cold Podcast though. Broken Ranch IPA.
Here we go. We're in the house, dude. We're here.
In the house.
It's a good looking game.
God, I don't want to play Nino Kuni 2!
Yeah, we should be playing this.
It's exceptional.
Why did you guys get to play all the good games?
Wow.
I want to play. Look at this boss.
Start talking.
This is an
Who's saying
intense.
this?
Yeah, I'm waiting for one of you guys to
I'll
start
just talk
talking.
about where we started.
What
so,
just says start talking?
I was enthralled by Nino Kuni right there. So we got a behind this theater demo of Nino Kuni. Also, one guy talking about the world, all the lore, all the characters. We don't know if this is a prequel or sequel to the original Nino Kuni, by the way, yet, do we? Couldn't figure it out.
No, they haven't. They have not said one thing about the other than the.
I heard you
base plot.
speculating. You're timelining in your brain.
Yeah, there's stuff I've seen that I could see this possibly being a prequel,
Yeah.
but they haven't said, and I think it's best not to know. I don't think they'll say anything. I
Yeah.
think you'll have to play through the game to figure out what, if any, of its connection is.
I'll actually just talk about the part I played to the game because there's two sections that you're able to choose from. One was this boss fight you're seeing right here on screen, Long Fang, and another which was like a trial of the courage or something. It was called something like that. Pretty much where I started off when I was playing as the character. What's the main character's name again? Evan, right. So you're in a desert area almost, kind of up on a plateau, I would say. Bunch of people around that you could talk to. Oh, man. It's really hard to... This game is super gorgeous. And it ran really good. I was surprised how good that game ran. Mm. Anyways, you ride some airships to some sweet little island, and it does that classic open... Or your Final Fantasy, you're looking at the world map. Except you're adorable and chibi now, and everyone else is with you. Run into a temple, get in a boss fight with some huge beast. What was it, a bear or something like that?
It's like a giant gorilla.
Oh, gorilla, yeah. So, unlike Nino Kuni 1, this game is all real time now, as you can see. No more pausing familiars are gone.
Yeah.
During the chibi part, which was the map or whatever.
Yeah.
Played Nino Kuni theme.
Oh, did
Classic
it? I couldn't hear. Okay.
Played classic Nino Kuni theme.
Oh man, it's so good.
It was in there.
Just to give some context for Evan and what he's trying to do, his kingdom was taken away from him by
What's that rat's name?
yeah, Otto Mausinger.
Great names once
Mauser.
again. Meow. Yeah.
It's called Mauser.
Mauser.
And then-
Mauser.
And then he, but to become a king, he
Yeah,
has to I don't know exactly how he does it, but he's supposed to he has to make a bond with this character named Lofty, which is
So he has to undergo the
somewhere
trial.
in there.
That's what we were talking about with the
there's a
trial.
trial.
And
There he is.
That's how you forge the bond, is you prove yourself to the Kingmaker. And where Evan... I wish Dawn was here. And here's why I wish Dawn was here. Because the Kingmaker of
There's
this
Lofty.
place is called Gold Paw, and it's a city that has multiple casinos. It's all about gambling, and they decide
yeah.
everything
Oh,
with
the-
a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Did you get to explore the city?
Yes, you can absolutely explore the city, but this wonderful gambling Don city is being attacked by Longfang, by their kingmaker, and it's being burned. And so you go with Evan and your friends, and this is later on in the game, and you go and you defeat it.
Yes, but the king, this kingmaker is bonded with
Pugnacious.
is a pugnacious.
Yeah.
I wish we had that art, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
That was
gorgeous. Hilarious.
And his scepter has a die at the top because he's the only one that's able to roll the die to make the decisions.
So about the combat system, real quick.
Oh yeah.
So, like we said earlier, all real time now, no more pausing or anything like that.
Well, I mean,
Well, there was like,
it was a hybrid kind of
yes,
system.
there's no more of that hybrid though now.
Yeah, because there's no more familiars.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about managing
Yes.
them.
So if
and
that was a
managing
problem for you,
commands.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
how does this thing with the higgledies work? Were these always all like?
So
Yeah.
they're
around
on the
room?
map, and I don't exactly know what triggers it, but they can give you buffs if you run up to them and push X. Like they can give you more armor or bonus attack.
It seemed contextual for what was going on because you have. Yeah, so you have Longfang, and his most damaging attacks are his fire attacks. And right when he was about to do a fire attack, the flame higgledies would group up, and you could go, and you would get a contextual action where you could push X, and it would create a fire circle, basically.
Oh, see-
And as long as you were in that circle, you nulled all fire damage.
See, I didn't do this fight, so that didn't occur. Like they were just there,
Yeah.
and there wasn't like a big scene happening that you knew. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I need to get into here to be safe. It was just kind of like, hey,
Yeah,
there's
it
a
seems
buff
like
right
there
there.
are other ways to command them too.
Yeah, there are other ways to command them.
They increase the potency of your spells as
Yep.
well. Mm-hmm. Like you can hold down every action in this game. You can hold down
Yeah, and
the
charge it.
corresponding button and charge it up.
Yeah.
everything from the basic Evan's basic melee sword
attacks.
attack to his long range like spell
like, bubble
casting.
thing.
Yeah,
The different higgledies are grouped together by elements, and they will attack independently. You don't command them;
Yeah.
they'll just auto attack. However, if they have a buff, like let's say the Earth higgledies, for instance, they'll give you an attack buff periodically. If they get damaged, if that group gets damaged, that will go away. So you have to be mindful of that as well.
Yeah. So some fights you may often be buffing quite a bit.
Can you switch which character you play as?
You know, you couldn't in the
No,
demo.
not from what we
this point.
saw. And I didn't see any way to like maybe change their
And
AI
who
or
we have?
anything
So
like that.
Roland
No,
here in
or
the
like
suit.
any tactics options.
Right.
you have
Yeah.
Tony
Roland
and
is from
Roland.
the other world, right? So that's
Yes.
where the main
He's a
character
former
is from. Yeah.
President, yes.
Yes, that's right. He's a president.
Yeah,
So he teaches you
What's
how
that
to be a
girl's
king
name?
because he was a president.
yeah, and then you have Tawny, the
Tony, she's the daughter.
the
The
pirate's
daughter of the
daughter
leader of the
Ba-
Sky
Pirates,
Pirates.
yeah.
who's Batu.
Oh, Batu
Yeah.
looks great,
Yeah.
Huber.
Nice.
Does not trust you at first. Does
Cool.
not want to help you on your quest to become
Yeah.
a king. But there is a scene where he's kneeling down and he just lets out a beaming smile, and so something happens where you kind of win over Batu's heart.
There's also a skill, what was it called? Where you could push L2 or R2, where it brought up a few skills. And one of them was
spells.
square, triangle, circle, or X. Kind of reminded me of almost Kingdom Hearts, the menu that you could bring
Yeah,
up down
yeah,
there.
the spellcasting.
So there was like two melee ones. One was like
abilities.
a fast slash one kind of. Then there was another like AoE spin. Then there was that long range bubble attack, and there was one that healed.
Cutscenes.
Yep.
I got a hot update. You will be able to switch characters in the complete game.
Excellent.
Oh.
That's good to know.
Interesting.
I thought. I mean, they actually showed it off in a trailer.
Yeah.
We just couldn't
In the
do it,
demo.
and we don't know how to do
Right.
it.
It was
yeah.
strange because we had seen it before, but we couldn't hear for some reason. Yeah.
Or it might just be the D-pad.
Boss fights seemed pretty long too, which I appreciated actually. They weren't super fast.
Yeah. I think a big reason is why the combat is interesting is because of all of the mechanics that were in a single fight. So the other fight against Trog, the giant gorilla, what you could do is he would charge up an attack.
Yeah.
And if you used a physical skill against him, you'd interrupt it. And you're right. If you're not taking advantage of those situations, and you can actually do it to Longfang as well, where you put him in a weakened state, that's where you really do damage.
Yeah.
If you don't take advantage of those opportunities, if you're not
Do a
quick
lot
enough,
less, yeah.
or if you're spending time to heal or something, because these windows are relatively small, and so you're really going to be dragging out the fight much
Oh, wait, there,
much
that's
longer.
Batu there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
that's
it is.
Batu. Yep.
Nice. What was
Also-
the thief guy in the first one?
I don't remember his name with the stubble and the
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's irrelevant.
Swain?
I'm
You're
just.
talking about Swain.
I think so. Yeah.
Swain.
Did you encounter any like characters that are not in your party that are just insanely memorable?
What? I don't
Batu
know.
is
Yeah.
pretty
Oh, he's not in your
memorable.
party.
Yeah.
Oh,
Besides
okay.
Batu.
Yeah.
At least that we play. I guess.
Batu and then
And
what's-
Pugnacious.
Pugnacious.
Pugnacious,
Yeah,
yeah.
Pugnacious is
Cool,
pretty
cool,
good.
cool.
But there's another element to the game that wasn't in the demo that they told us about.
Yes,
which
this
is
is
pretty
Yeah.
freaking cool. Is the kingdom mode, where eventually you I don't know if at some point you will get your original kingdom back, but eventually you just start forming your own kingdom. You start building a kingdom.
Yeah, this is where their Dark Cloud work, I feel like, comes into play
Yeah.
a little bit.
So yeah, you recruit citizens and you direct what kinds of buildings to create, and you just
Yeah, and it
make
sounds
a
like you
town the
can
way you want.
establish trade with other kingdoms.
Yeah, it's a Huber joint.
Yeah. And they said that they
Town
wanted
building.
they considered the familiar system in Ni no Kuni 1 sort of the metagame, so sort of the thing that you didn't have to go all out on, but was this other thing that you could spend a lot of time with. This is that here,
Yeah.
where it is going to be introduced in the story and you're going to be interacting with the story, but you don't have to get your kingdom to a certain point to progress or anything like that. It's not going to be a barrier to story progression.
But man, they showed a piece of art for it.
Yeah.
And you want to build that kingdom.
Yeah.
You're going to want to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm curious. I'm curious what all kinds of things you can build, and then like what advantages they're going to give you.
Yeah.
Because it's just gonna be interesting to see how that balances between like making your town look the way you want to look, but then also have the functionality and all of that, and and what it takes to attract new citizens, and how much of it is going out on quests, like, kind of like Breath of the Wild, or how much of it is like actually about
Yeah.
building the town itself to be appealing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Damiani, what did you think of the combat? Did you think it was a notable improvement over Ni no Kuni 1? Was there anything that bothered you?
I think people find it more enjoyable, honestly. It's definitely because it is all in real time and thus more action oriented. I think that is definitely, and then there's more like real time strategy involved with like placement, positionals, basically.
Yeah, it looks like it's all about position.
Yeah. It felt like there was a little bit more reward going through the battles than perhaps the original Ni no Kuni. Felt like the original Ni no Kuni, it was just, do you have a certain type of familiar? Do you have a certain type of spell that could, like, is very good against the boss? Otherwise, it was just react, like, block at the right time against, like, their attacks, heal yourself up, try and do some damage, repeat, and survive. I think the familiar system was probably a weakness of the original Ni no Kuni.
Sure.
Because I did not feel, with the exception of like handful of familiars, they really mattered that much. Who was really in your lineup? So this feels more gratifying, honestly, than what I had played in Ni no Kuni 1.
Yeah.
So
Damiani, I want to just address something. A lot of people are asking if playing Ni no Kuni 1 is essential to enjoy Ni no Kuni 2.
It does not appear to be.
no.
at this point, it does not seem.
I do not think it is essential, but Ni no Kuni 1 is a game that, upon completing, will stay with you probably for the rest of your life. It
Yeah.
is absolutely worth playing if you have the time. If you just don't have the time, though, you can easily hop into Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah.
There was
The one. I don't know. Maybe there's others that you guys are familiar with, but he was from Ding Dong Dell.
Yeah, he was
Yes.
the king.
Yeah. So he was the heir.
Oh, Evan.
Evan, yeah.
Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a guardian, Anna something, Aranella.
Aranella.
That was one I forgot, but I don't know what role she's gonna play. But the character, bring up characters memorable. There was that piece of character art, key art.
Yes.
That had a roster of characters some we
Yes.
have not seen
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah,
action.
yeah.
It was such a glorious image.
That actually was the moment where I started to think this could be a prequel.
Prequel.
Because there were two characters, and I was like, "Oh, okay." maybe. Oh, okay. Also, I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly. Like, I don't know if I can even reload my save to see it. There's a place in Ding Dong Dell. And I'm truly sorry if this spoils anything for either of these games. I don't know. There's a gravestone. If you go behind it, there's a ghost boy. I don't know if he looks like Evan or not, but part of me was like, didn't it look a little bit like Evan?
Did he have the ears?
Huh?
Did he have the ears?
Don't remember.
He didn't have the ears.
He didn't have them.
I have to, like,
I gotta say, chat's getting really frustrated because the developers said that there's no connection.
I really think there's going to be callbacks at some point. References.
Okay.
Because you don't just call a game Ni no
Again,
Kuni
they're-
2.
so-
You call it like Ni no Kuni something, something, something.
What about Final Fantasy 2?
There's the
True.
There's
true,
the explanation.
true.
There's an explanation that makes sense that this game would have no direct connection to one,
True.
but is still part of the series.
By the way,
And like calling it 2, having Ding Dong
play-
Dell, which is also in 1,
anyway,
similar to
sorry,
Final
we
Fantasy,
went
having
there.
just the repeated monsters.
yeah.
There's
I get that.
something that I want to say about the combat that I encountered both in the Long Fang fight and in the Trog fight that I'm a little bit worried about, and I think it comes across in the footage. Because of the higgledies, there's just a lot more going on visually. There are a lot more effects going on. There's a lot more just your screen being covered, and there were definitely a lot of times where I couldn't even see Evan properly to...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can
like
see,
move,
like right here.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it's that like right there with the fire. That happens more frequently than I was expecting, where it was hard to tell. Okay, what should I be doing here because I don't even have a good position for my character, and so I'm a little bit worried about
Okay.
that in the final game.
I didn't run into that in my combat encounter, but it doesn't look as hectic as this one.
Yeah. The other thing that I want to bring up, just for people who are unaware, so Evan does defeat. He forms a king's bond with somebody named Lofty, and it is very much a Drippy replacement.
Right.
They called him a mascot?
They called him a mascot, and if you listen to his dialogue in the trailer, he talks almost exactly like
Is it a
Drippy.
Welsh accent? I can't remember.
It sounded like that to me. He doesn't.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
He's got a lumpy head.
But yeah, he's very cute.
But yeah, Ni no Kuni 2. Super hype.
You know what the best
Very
part
nice.
of this is?
What's that?
The release date.
November 10th,
Can you believe that?
Coming in
Oh,
hot.
gosh. This year.
This
And-
year.
and it's coming to PC.
And coming to PC.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yep, coming to PC.
It's day and date, right?
I believe it is day and date. Yes.
Excellent. All right, who's up?
Should I go up next?
Sure.
Do you have another one?
Ben, it'd be Ben's
Oh,
turn
yeah.
if we're doing
I just talked about
rotation.
Ni no Kuni, so you go.
I've just got one more, and it requires one Michael P. Huber.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think that's the ender.
Get up
I
here,
think
Mike.
that's the closer.
Okay.
This is our home run crunch right here?
Well, no, but
Well, it's
I mean,
got
that
30
one,
more
when we get
games.
to it, will be the closer.
Kyle.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I think we should do something else before we get to that.
Kyle, get up on this desk. You should get up here.
All right.
But, wait, what?
Oh, Ben's
No, I
next.
just need. Yeah, let's just refresh the desk.
I mean,
Okay.
well, the thing is, we got 20 minutes left.
Yeah, we don't have to
20 minutes
spend 20 minutes on every game.
If we're doing Spider-Man, we're spending 20 minutes
Oh
on
my
it.
gosh.
Yeah.
If that's what you're suggesting, Bloodworth.
Are you?
Kyle, you want to come talk about Spider-Man?
Oh,
I've got
I didn't see it.
at least one
The only other game
that I wanted to get to tonight just because of,
what is it?
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
you said you had a few that you were scared of forgetting about.
yeah. So, I mean, the two that I at least want to get to tonight out of my list of 10 that are left are The Crew 2 and Far Cry 5.
Huber, are you allowed? Is your embargo
I
lifted?
played Far Cry 5.
Is your embargo lifted for that? For the
That's
stuff you
totally
can talk
separate.
about?
I played it at E3 today.
Oh, okay, great.
You
Great,
played
great,
today
great.
too?
All right, let's do it. Far Cry 5, baby.
Far Cry 5.
So, yeah, so Far Cry 5.
And let's just keep looking at Ni no Kuni 2, too. This is
You're
great.
Oh
Dude,
shit.
pumped.
Yeah, let me.
I got.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ben's got it.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, this game, thematically, story-wise, I kind of don't care. But I haven't cared that much about story in the past Far Cry games either. So it's just kind of, it's really weird because it's like it's like a mechanics sandbox in a way.
So this is a really easy game to immediately look at and hate everything about,
Right.
like character-wise, and assume that you know everything about these characters. you know, like you're a sinner. Like
You're right. I was making fun. You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
Like
I get
it's
exactly what
very
you're saying.
easy to assume.
Yeah.
The trailer that they showed at E3 with Grace Armstrong, like, it really intrigued me.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you start this demo, you get to pick your companion.
Yeah,
And
actually-
I chose her.
Oh, you
and
went
like,
with her. Okay.
Yeah.
I went. So
are the
there's
options?
her, and there's the pilot.
her, the pilot, who I eventually just met up with
and
anyway.
there was the dog. I went the dog.
So I picked her, and like, I don't know what it is, but like, I'm attached to this character already. I really liked her. Her dialogue was actually surprisingly realistic. She's just like, I forget the name of the villain faction, but she's just like, yeah, those damn amateur blah blah blah. Like, they think they can get me. Ha! Like, anytime they take someone down, it's luck. Like, she's just a badass, cocky sniper. She's good voice acting. Like, pretty good writing for what it is. Like,
So, is that all in cutscenes? Do you
no,
hear
that was just, and then like that was her talking, and then like you can just go up to her because she's your companion and
Yeah.
like initiate dialogue.
Okay.
And she said some extra stuff.
Sure.
And then we went in. Went to a village. I went into the like, you go in a little town area.
Yeah, they've got like a crossroads with a bunch of guards.
Tell me about the
building.
buildings in the town.
So that was the coolest part of this.
Okay.
From what everything I played was good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was good. I enjoyed the frantic pace of the combat. Like, I got a shotgun, and I was like moving.
I went up a water tower and got a sniper rifle.
the shotgun 7 out of 10.
I had one request: is just tell me about the buildings,
I
and then
have
you go
to
straight
get
to the shotgun.
The shotgun though. I was
There's
taking.
a bar. There's a gas station.
I was going from building
Yeah.
to building, which I thought was cool. I was
Yeah.
not hunkered down because the enemies were like flanking and moving and getting elevated, and like, you have to keep moving.
Cool.
I
which
did
I
this
appreciate.
entirely differently. This is great.
Yeah, this is cool. That's cool.
So I went up on this water tower, and there's a sniper rifle up there. But again, my companion is a dog. And what he was telling me about the dog, so the way that Ubisoft things works is that you've got the developer next to you, and they're on a headset, like kind of guiding you through things and helping you out. But they also let me loose and just run off into the fields and stuff. So the dog, they're saying, because it's a dog, the soldiers are like, they're not too worried about it. It's like, oh, there's just a dog running through town. So you basically can use the dog to get stealth kills.
Nice.
So if there's a guy that's off away from the rest of the group, like, you target the guy like you normally would, aiming down the sights, and then you click the companion button, and the dog just goes for the throat.
Nice. I immediately went in guns blazing. All hell
Yeah,
broke
so
loose.
like,
Done.
I took out a couple of guys with a dog, and I started sniping guys.
So you have your crosshairs and you're sniping, and you just see the target, and instead of pulling the trigger, you just say dog.
Well,
yeah, it's side to the left. D-pad left. Just like me, I could tell her to snipe left D-pad. But
then-
I was just like, yo, start shooting, whatever. I got my shotgun. I don't even
Yeah,
need it.
but you don't need that.
like-
You don't need the pinpoint like headshot aim.
Yeah.
He could be like halfway behind
Why
the
don't
tree
you
or
just dog
something.
everybody?
Well, because they're not all in a position. Like, once somebody notices something happens, then like, they all start attacking, and they start looking and figuring out where you are and all
Okay.
that. So
Cool.
and then so sniped some guys, threw some dynamite at some guys. One guy I threw the dynamite, and he was like running at me up the hill, and then a dynamite blew, and he just like flew over the water tower.
Video games look amazing now.
Yeah.
Like, video games look amazing. Just walking into a creek with trees everywhere and the sun shining through, like, it's just cool being in the world.
Sure.
So once you get rid of those guys at the crossroads, then it's basically like taking a base, but it's like you took back this community, and like the people that live there kind of come back in and start opening up the businesses and stuff again.
Business
For the
as
rest
usual.
of the game?
I assume
I
they
don't
might
know.
get attacked.
Probably.
Cool.
Who knows? Yeah.
So, and
Typical
then because
Far
you took
Cry.
back the community, then the bartender gives you a quest. And so I don't even remember what she said, but she was talking about there's a pilot down the way who wants your help. And then I kind of just got into the freaking semi truck and started driving through fields and smashing fences and things.
Nice.
And then ran into some enemies and, shot some more guys, tried some different weapons. Cool. And then I went off down the way. One thing that they talked about is they got rid of the tower mechanic. So you don't just take over a tower and just get all kinds of bullet points all over the place.
Good.
They're contextualizing everything. So basically exploration leads to exploration. So if you see a deer crossing sign, then you know that you can hunt deer in that area, and it puts a marker on this is a deer territory or whatever.
Hunt some deer, get some
So they're still crafting?
resources.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
Like pelts and all of that kind
Ubisoft
of thing.
loves
There's a
their
lot of wolves
crafting
running
materials.
Sure do.
I love
and they
them.
said that too with the dog companion. What it will do is, if you're in the bushes sniping and some wolf is about to come and ambush you, the dog will defend you from the wolf.
Sick.
Because you remember that would happen in Far Cry 3 and 4, just the animals just come out of nowhere or attack you.
It's so I can accept a dog killing a man, but a dog's not gonna make it against the wolf.
Yeah, no, I have a little trouble with that too. But sometimes the dog it wouldn't necessarily just one shot a guy if he was already aware.
Yeah.
So he would grab the guy and then you would finish him off.
The dog pulls aggro.
Yeah. But I mean, he would the guy wouldn't even be able to aim his gun at you because the dog would have his arm. But I went down this hill and I went to this river and there's a guy there fishing. There's a whole fishing thing in this. So you can also go fishing.
First person fishing.
Fishing minigame.
That's where you'll find me, down by the creek, fishing.
It wasn't too different than the Final Fantasy 15 fishing minigame. Only there was less
giant monsters.
There wasn't loading. Okay. You just kind of threw out your pole and then started reeling it in. Mm-hmm. But then once you got a fish, then it was okay, pull in the other direction and don't pull too hard.
I don't like fishing in video games.
You don't?
Can I say this?
Really?
Wait, really?
Did you like
Link's
Awakening's fishing?
Yes. I like Pokemon fishing. I like when it's just
It's time
press
for
the
a
button
story.
at the right
no,
time.
it's time.
What?
Okay.
What?
Yakuza 0. Okay? You go to this sushi shop. Sushi Jin. You go to this fishing shop.
Yeah.
The sushi chef is trying to make sushi because he's living in his father's shadow. His dad is a legendary sushi chef. He's I'll never be good. I'll never be good enough. I need fresh ingredients. So you go to the docks. You get him some legitimate, good quality fish. Mm-hmm. Really good fishing minigame. Kazuma goes out there. He throws it. He's yeah! The fish comes out. He's pleased.
No, what makes it a good fishing minigame though? You skipped some stuff.
No, you get your bait. It's slow paced, but then the action ramps up. There's escalation. So you're hunting for the fish. You see little glimpses of where they'll be, the size of them. Ooh. So then you throw it in. Yeah. You wait for the bite. You wait for the moment. You need patience. This is not a quick game. You know? You finally get the bite. You're it's like a mini game. You're going this way, this way.
You can't reel too fast, that kind of thing.
Yes. Then you get it. You bring it back to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my god, now I can finally make quality fish." And you do this a bunch of times. You give him this.
How many times do you have to do this?
Maybe 3 times.
Okay.
Not too many.
All right.
Video games love 3.
Yeah.
You finally give them to him, and he's like, "Thank you so much. You've changed my life. You've believing in me. I can finally come out of my father's shadow." And then that also leads into the real estate mini game. You can buy this place. He's like, "Will you be my manager? Will you be the owner?" And then I can concentrate just on my love and craft of fish.
Yeah.
And it all ties in. Fishing.
When he's out of those fish, he's out of business.
Yeah.
When he's out of those...
Everyone says that fishing sounds a lot like 15, or exactly like it.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm just saying fish. I'm trying to prove a point here. You're fishing in video games.
It has escalation. It's fishing has escalation.
Yes. I'm trying to prove fishing is
the fishing had a purpose here.
Yes.
The fishing had a purpose.
Oh, is that what you're looking for?
And I will say, Far Cry, so far I don't know what the purpose is. I just saw
crafting.
I saw the guy over there. I checked it out, and then, but the other thing that was funny to me too is there's a little stream, that we were fishing. It wasn't huge. You could walk through it, I'm sure. I caught a 41-pound sturgeon. What? It should have been in like a massive lake somewhere.
Just lost his way. He got separated from his family.
Are these sturgeons or like the creepy mouth? Is that a sturgeon?
No. No.
That doesn't look like a sturgeon to me, but they are like weird and bony.
Okay.
Anyways, so then I eventually went to the pilot, and then you actually fly the plane.
Dude, I love fishing in 15. It's
You go and fly the plane, and you like shoot silos and get into a dogfight.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, Hubert, what did you think of the plane? It was a little tricky.
It was
a little hard to connect.
It was a little similar to Battlefield, honestly. Like I my mind went there. I was like, oh, it kind of feels like Battlefield, like kind of flying the
Battlefield
plane.
1 or
like 3, 4, like just
I only played 1.
like the helicopter, just kind of the way it like. You know, it's kind of splashy, and you really gotta.
Flying's hard in Battlefield.
Flying's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to take down air-to-air targets.
You know, it was really hard to get that.
There's air targets.
Wow.
They have planes?
Yeah,
there's another plane that came in.
This
after you
game's
took out the
crazy.
ground targets.
Where do they get the planes? Where's the context for this, Huber? How did they get?
This is like
how did the bad guys get the planes?
I don't know. I don't know the context.
Okay.
Yeah. This game is crazy, and for me, you know, a lot of people enjoy like Voss in Far Cry 3 and you know the villain in Far Cry 4. Again, I'm really banking on this dog and Grace, the really only the characters that I've been introduced to. I'm weirdly attached. I'm weirdly attached to these characters already, and it just seems like more of Far Cry. So if you're a fan of Far Cry, this is an easy sell.
Yeah. Far Cry on a farm.
Yeah.
Farm Cry.
Yeah, and again, the environment is half of Far Cry for me. It really is, and I enjoy these environments. So.
All right, I'm gonna do a quickie before, and then we'll crunch on your Yakuza.
Okay.
The Crew 2. I don't know how many people in chat are familiar with my experiences with the Crew. When the Crew first appeared at E3 years back, I was not down with that game. That game controlled like garbage. I did not have fun with it on the floor, and I could not understand people that were like really giving it
Dan
praise.
saying something is garbage is like
And then
very
when
rare.
the review came
Very
around,
rare.
Was
It
not
took me
at
like
0.
It took me like 3 months to get through the review, and then I gave it like a 6 something.
Brad, we're gonna need a new title up here.
The Crew 2 up there. But this is like a like most improved category right here.
Whoa.
This game is fun. This game actually looks like it belongs in this generation, and it looks good. And they got rid of all the story stuff, so you know you don't have to. I doubt anyone's gonna get shot. I don't think I have to infiltrate
brother
a
drama.
gang.
No
You got
brother
rid of
drama.
the story? There's your answer, Kyle, to yesterday's question about
Yeah.
what's up with the fruit.
They're like some characters or whatever, but it sounds like you just kind of pick like different sort of career styles or whatever, like types of events that you want to participate in.
But you can be the king of all the events, right?
But it seemed like that. I mean, maybe it's just because of the demo, though. It didn't feel like that was really that emphasized. It was really just about getting into races and trying out different races. But just like number one, driving is fun and feels good. So the thing with the original Crew driving, it always felt really slippery. It was like I had to really get a handle on how to control that game because it didn't feel right ever. It always felt super weird and loose.
Like Jaxie.
I don't know. I haven't played Jaxie.
He doesn't know how Jaxie controls. That was not a good one, Kyle.
The Crew 2, I knew what I wanted to do and I did it. I slid around turns. I didn't overrun corners. Like I just piled right through that game. And this game has got huge jumps through over top of buildings, going through shortcuts and tunnels.
Whoa, I love shortcuts.
Yeah, man.
I love jumps.
This game,
Yeah,
and then
Yeah, man.
this game, it's not just limited to cars. there are
Yeah.
boats and there are planes.
Yeah, I
King of
remember him
motorsports.
saying that.
And if you're not in an event at any time, you can just like switch. You just like hold in the analog stick. It brings up car.
Your
boat.
weapon wheel.
Oh, so it's like
Wait.
steep.
Sort of, only like it's better because you just hit it and as long as there's room for that plane or there's water, like you can be in a plane and just say I want a boat and you just drop into the water.
Dan is hot on the Crew 2, and it's getting me hyped.
And then the boat races were freaking great. There was like this Pirates Cove thing into this swamp, and then the boat you could like take shortcuts over sandbars, and again like the lighting coming through the caves was really nice. And
Games look
Video
good.
games look good.
Video
And the
games
thing is-
look
Good.
so good.
Yeah, this game actually looks good. The Crew did not look good. This game looks good. It feels good. I really enjoyed the courses that I was on, and they still have basically that same map, but they've just reworked. They've made all new routes on it, but they've got the whole U.S. again.
Huh.
So Miami, Los Angeles, like huge off-road spaces. So yeah, it's I didn't have a problem with the giant world so much, except it just wasn't fun to ever be in it because of the driving.
And the brother drama.
Oh yeah, and
Kyle, no. They said something in their presentation. They referenced other competitive, like the competition out there in terms of racing driving games. What did you write down? What he said? Like he said something that was pretty like bold.
Wait, were you in this meeting too?
Out in the presentation part.
Yeah, you were in this meeting?
what were you talking about? The
Crew.
press conference?
The Crew 2.
I didn't see the press conference, so I don't know.
Oh,
Are you thinking
never
of Project Cars, Damian?
No, I'm talking about the press conference. Never mind.
He said something that was
What
pretty
is
bold.
happening?
What is happening?
Wait, Damiani,
It's
what
late.
did you see?
No, like he said something about like this the in the press conference, like they
Okay.
were so sure of their game.
The
Yeah.
average pirate lives 120 days.
Oh my god.
Floored me.
Yeah,
Floored
man.
me.
Pirate Cove, blood drove by pirate. Rowed about by Pirate Cove. Kyle thinks
Hold
of
on,
pirates.
Hold on, though. I wasn't memeing when I wasn't memeing, but I think it's still a point when I talk about no brother drama. It dragged down the Crew. Like that's what
Yeah,
that
yeah.
game was about.
Game 1.
That game, it was the Crew, and it's just
well,
like
it was about. I mean, it wasn't about brother drama. It was about getting revenge
yeah.
for your brother getting killed. at
Brother
the-
drama.
first
Drama
cutscene.
revolving around your brother.
But yeah,
Dirty cops and
But-
gangsters and whatever.
and so I think it is a good way to differentiate this game. It's coming out in a year with Forza 7, with Project Cars 2, with GT Sport.
Well, all those games will be out by long before that.
Same year though, and
No, those games come out this year.
The Crew
Crew's
2
next
is-
year.
Yeah, Crew's not this year.
are we sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The trailer said, yeah.
All right. Then never mind. But anyway, yeah, it needs to be different from those games, and it does a good job of being different from those games.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
In
It's
the-
got,
in
it's
that
got
way.
Pirate Cove.
I mean, it's more similar to. Yeah, it's more similar to Forza Horizon, only the world is a lot bigger.
You know what I got confused with was Need for Speed, which does come out this year.
Yeah.
Need for Speed, baby.
Oh, I forgot about
Need
that
for
game already.
Speed.
Yeah.
So many good racing games.
God, I
Yeah.
wanna play.
Yeah.
Year of the race.
Year of the race.
You're
We're gonna have
Bear.
Fast and the Furious DLC. I'm still hoping for it. It's not a, I felt like you looked at me and you thought,
No, if you say Fast and Furious
You think
DLC, I'm on board. You
Okay.
said what you said was Paul Walker DLC.
I meant to say Fast and the Furious DLC relating to Paul Walker's vehicles.
Yes.
Specifically.
And that I'm on board for.
Okay.
I'm 100% on board for that.
Okay.
Just don't say Paul Walker DLC.
It wasn't
Blood,
meant to be a troll
I think that's so
at
cool
all.
to hear you say positive
Yeah.
things about the Crew too, because I don't think there are a lot of people out there who
I
are
saved
willing
it
to do
to
that.
the end for a reason at
Yeah.
that appointment.
Yeah.
I had no interest in going and seeing the Crew again. And
surprised they
yeah, I
did a
was
sequel.
really happy.
But
I'm surprised it's even
Blood,
a
you weren't
sequel.
you said it's not about being the king of all motorsports, but like is the progression designed to be, if you complete this game.
I can't
Like,
really say
is
that
that
much
the-
about the progression.
Okay.
Get future questions.
Yeah.
Future questions.
Down the line.
Keep this in mind, everyone.
PSX.
They did have like you could.
PSX Crew
They did
2.
kind of have. What was weird is they kind of had these like starting points for like where things would start up, like the veins of events or whatever. But it was weird because we picked the starting point in L.A. and then he's like, okay, now go to this race in New York. Like, Oh, okay, sure. I'm like, I'm not sure
No
how
problem.
that connects.
We got it.
But that was another thing. Like, off-roading was where the handling was kind of the worst in the crew sometimes. And again, just like weaving between freaking pine trees, jumping over hills, finding your own route. Like,
I want to see Dan weaving between pine trees. That's what I want to see.
Are there motorbikes?
Yeah, I didn't drive one, but they were in there. I saw them.
That's how you weave.
Yeah.
That's how you weave.
For sure. Train heist.
I mean, I'm really curious about how much variety there was. Because, like, for one, like I was saying about going over to sandbars, it's because I had a specific kind of boat that had, like, a flat bottom. So other boats couldn't do that because they just dig in.
So there's more than just one kind of boat, even?
Yeah.
It's probably like 50, dude.
No,
the Crew 2 Ubisoft.
King of
That's crazy.
Motorsports.
Yeah.
King of Motorsports.
But, like, there's only one kind of racing boat. People don't race.
Not
Only
the
one-
King of
what? There's only one
Motorsports.
type?
Yeah,
no,
there's-
there's not.
God, what do you know about, like, boat racing?
Tell us about your
Straight up.
Tell us
I know a lot
about
about boat
this.
What?
Where's the secret history
Every
of Kyle
weekend,
boat
I go
racing?
down to the piers and I watch boat races. You don't question me. You don't question me about boat races.
Actually, it does make me wonder if they'll go the half and half and have some swamp buggies.
I don't know, man.
Swamp buggies would be awesome.
happened?
Kyle's lost it.
Stay professional.
You're professional.
Alright, let's crunch on some Yakuza.
You kept it together.
Longer than all
It's Yakuza time.
the Yakuza boys coming over.
Regis would get up and walk away.
Oh, maybe you swap out for Brad. Brad probably want to be in some Yakuza.
Brad's coming in too. Yeah.
Why am I coming in?
Yakuza time, baby.
Oh, it's just the preview window.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought the screen was looking like this. Whoa.
Was it 6?
Was that like letting something out?
No, we're everybody questioned my knowledge on boat races, and I won't have it. Everyone knows there's only one type of boat for boat races. Yeah.
What?
It's okay. It's like you're having withdrawals from not playing Mario anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Feels rough.
Feels bad, man.
I need to make sure I get notifications in case Brandon is rushing his way here.
Oh, Brandon did say, for the record, everybody, he's not coming tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But we should probably still check.
Yeah.
He was like out of breath when he came in last night, running from his car.
What's Chim?
No, no.
No.
Did you just open the door?
No.
Did we open the door?
So you guys saw a game today, right?
We saw 2 games.
Two
We
games.
saw 2
Whoa,
games.
wait.
Double dipping.
From the land of Japan.
It started. We went to the moon and then we went to Mars.
Excellent.
Whoa, what?
Should we start with the moon?
Start with Kiwami.
Kiwami.
Yeah.
Yakuza Kiwami.
Yakuza Kiwami.
Coming out this August, a remake of Yakuza 1.
In the Yakuza 0 engine, and that's what I really want to get across,
Yes.
is that this isn't a sequel, this is just a continuation.
Yes. It looks identical.
It
to
looks
Yakuza
identical.
0. Identical.
Like, it is, for all intents and purposes, the same game with a little extra.
No.
I mean, to 0, you know, it's just a continuation.
Yeah, and
Same fighting styles with
Yep.
an extra one.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything.
For sure, for
But
sure.
Yeah, the fighting styles are back. You've
Yes.
got Brawler, you've got Beast, you've got
Yes.
Rush.
Yes.
And you have Dragon.
Yes.
And that Dragon style
The
connects to
Dragon.
the best thing, the number one thing we're talking about, Yakuza Kiwami, is the Majima Anywhere.
Yes.
Huber,
What does that mean?
Majima.
do you remember a character called Mr. Shakedown?
Mr. Shakedown from Yakuza 0. Legend. You could see Mr. Shakedown coming from a mile away.
What is
This
he doing?
He's like this Solomon Grundy type character that just would walk real slow. And he was like pretty much a raid boss And if he would,
What?
yeah,
Whoa.
he's a walking raid boss. If Mr. Shakedown got a hold of you, he would empty out your pockets.
Yakuza 0 is the best MMO on the market.
But the best too with Mr. Shakedown is that sometimes he would just be napping on a bench.
Yeah.
So you could jump him.
Yep.
You could get the jump on him.
So you can get your money back.
Yes. Yeah.
Caught him sleeping.
Caught him napping. Yeah. So now in that place is Majima.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's great is Mr. Shakedown, you would see him, he would be that huge physical presence.
Yeah.
This is what happens with Majima. You just hear. You just hear. You don't even see him on the screen. You just go, Kazuma-chan.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, is Majima here? And you look around, he's not there. And then you take another step and he goes, Kazuma-chan. And you're like, what? And then you see him and you get in a fight.
Yeah.
And what's so cool about the Majima Anywhere thing is that during this fight, he is... The demo that we
Ben, dude, I'm not even kidding, right? I just said raid boss. Ben was fighting him for 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're like,
Yo.
no one today has
What?
taken him down. No one has even tried because we told
Yeah,
them not
no
to.
one took him down.
Wait.
Nobody.
He had 5 health bars.
How many? Yeah, how many? 5 phases.
5 health.
So he had 5 phases.
He had 5 phases.
Did he have an enraged timer?
But it was really cool because I feel like even more than the Mr. Shakedown fight, it was really making me think about which style I should use. Because what's great about Majima Anywhere, when you get into these scuffles with Majima, he has his own styles returning from Yakuza 0 as well. So we were fighting him and he was using the brawler style. But he might have the slugger as well, using the bat, and the breakdance, the breaker style as well.
So Ben got him like really low, and I feel like you could have taken him down.
Yeah.
But after 15 minutes passed of just like this slugfest,
Right, it was a slugfest.
And you know people are coming in after us, so it's like Ben is finally just like, all right, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. Like,
but the payoff that you get for defeating Majima is that you have a dragon style, and that's how you learn new moves for that style.
That's
which
cool.
is really cool. And you also progress.
Context.
This is what they told us. You progress the storyline with Majima, and I guess if you beat him, he's like, "Hey, Kazuma, you want to come to a cabaret club? I'll be dressed like a cabaret girl."
Yeah.
And I said, why? And the guy demoing was like, I don't know. He just wants to come and meet you. As a caterer, So,
or like go to a bar, have a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, karaoke.
It's the Kazuma and Majima Friends Simulator.
Yes.
That's exactly what I want.
You know, a long, complicated relationship that will further be explored
Yeah.
in Kiwami.
I think the last thing to say about Kiwami that is important is... you asked, did you change the story at all? And the core story is identical to what it was on the PlayStation 2, but they have made the connection to Yakuza 0 make more sense, and the way that they've done that is they've added an additional 30 minutes of cutscenes.
Which is so awesome because going back and
approximately 30 minutes.
Because like, you know, we had this conversation when I completed 0. It's like, well, like, I guess that kind of syncs up to Yakuza 1. Like, I guess I'll buy that. Like, there's still some holes, and this is filling that void. It's filling the holes in.
Do you know how Resident Evil Remake added some story bits and kind of contextualized the mention a little bit more? To me, it seemed like Resident Evil Remake was the definitive version of that story.
Totally.
Yakuza Kiwami is the definitive version of Yakuza 1.
Yep. And what I really liked too was, you know, of course Ben goes there. He's like, well, when are we getting Ishin?
Yeah. I do not accept this response. And
I thought
I do not.
No, I just want to say that his perspective of, you know, we're trying to catch up to Japan. We're trying to catch up to...
we're still behind.
We're still behind, and we don't want to burn the audience out by releasing 0, releasing Kiwami, releasing 6. Like, we don't want to have you buy a Yakuza game every 6 months. So that's why Kiwami is only $30.
Right.
This is a $30 game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting message, you know, not trying to oversaturate it and burn out the fan base.
Yeah, I agree, but I think you can do it in such a way where people are like, oh no, you're really doing everything. You don't have to burn it out. You could say, hey, Ishin's coming fall 2018.
Yeah.
Right? That way people know about it. They're excited about it. They can get it. I don't necessarily think that's oversaturation. And another reason I don't think it's oversaturation is because like Zero and Kiwami and Six are all canon.
Yeah.
Ishin isn't. Ishin is its own spin-off.
Totally.
So it's not essential. So the people that are feeling overwhelmed, they don't have to get Ishin. It's not an essential story. And the people that do want it, that are hungry, like myself, I don't know.
I just.
It sounds like you're gonna get it though. Then by that
Dude,
answer,
maybe.
I hope so.
If Benmore keeps asking
if
him,
they're like, we don't want to oversaturate it,
Ishin was
that
like
means they're heavily considered.
2008 or 2009.
I'm
though?
scared
No,
the boat.
no,
It's been
beyond
a while. It was a while.
Wait,
ago.
it was a while.
wasn't
It
it
was
when PS4 like came out?
Yeah, I think it was a PS4 launch game in
I
Japan.
think it was a PS4 launch game in Japan.
So it
yeah.
was like 2013.
Wait, so
I thought
what game am
one
I
of them was on
thinking of then?
PS3.
I think it was on
two.
both. Was it on both?
I'm pretty sure it's PS3, but I mean, it was a while
Check
ago.
the tape.
Pretty sure it's
What was
PS3.
the one that was feudal Japan then?
That's it. That's Ishin.
That's it.
That's Ishin. Yes.
Pretty sure it's PS3.
Was Dead Souls after that then?
Dead Souls is also PS3.
No, Dead Souls was before Ishin.
Okay.
Yep.
No, there's another one.
Kenzai was 2008.
Yep.
Ishin was
Oh,
2014.
I'm forgetting.
That's
Okay.
That's
I was
what
the
I
first
think.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a
There you
long
go.
time ago.
So
Thank
there's,
you, chat.
There's multiple ones that we haven't
Yes,
gotten yet.
correct.
Well,
But we're
and then the
catching up.
PSP ones as well. But
It's
there's
coming,
no
boys.
Yeah.
that.
I'm sweating, dude.
The thing is,
I'm
though,
sweating.
we haven't even gotten to the best part.
Correct.
Because this was. It's such a Yakuza 6.
We're finally here.
Yakuza 6 is such a huge step up from any other Yakuza game that you've played. It is
Budget.
It puts everything else in the dust.
So this is the moment, right? It's Yakuza always takes place in Kamurocho, like this place, right? You always go back there. You see the red kind of border. You see that street.
Yes.
That is what I associate Yakuza with.
Yep.
Every new game, it looks better. It looks better. I'm always returning to this
But you
familiar
know the
place.
streets. You don't need to look at the minimap. You know where
Don't
you're
even
going.
need the map. I'm going down the back alleys. I'm going to the ramen shop. And when 6 booted up, this was the first time that I was just like...
Yep. And think about that response, seeing, because we saw Kamurocho, we were going through the same streets in Kiwami and in 6, in this demo. And when we booted up Kiwami, I was like, oh, hey, we're back. That's cool.
Yeah.
It was very casual.
Very casual,
Just kind of acknowledging it, like, oh,
Totally.
man, it's good to be back in Kamurocho. When we saw it in 6, just the
The
amount
lights.
of detail, the lights
The
especially,
lights.
it felt like we were seeing it for the first time.
Yes.
And it was,
Because
as
even
a longtime
3,
fan, it
like-
was, oh.
Because 3, 4, 5, and 0, we've gotten so late.
Right.
This is pretty close to the Japanese release.
Yeah.
It's PS4 only. It's still, current gen.
And the battles. The battles.
So I immediately, they're like, all right, what do you want to do? And Ben and I were switching off. So I was piloting 6. So I started off.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I immediately look for a fight. Of course. So I look in a back alley, get in a brawl, and it is so much improved because even 0, even if you're targeting, like locking on, and you hit someone down and there's someone there next to him, there's still some like wasted punches and kicks that will just kind of hit air, transitioning from an opponent you've killed or knocked out to the new opponent. This Yakuza 6 combat system is so seamless. It's so much improved where you knock someone down and then he'll like just kick left or something and start hitting this guy, and then he'll elbow this guy and start hitting him. It was just like boom, 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 target, no wasted movements.
Yes. So in previous Yakuza games, especially when you were fighting a lot of people at once, it seemed that there were moments where the game was struggling to figure out who exactly you were trying to punch when.
Yeah.
That did not happen here. Every intended target was hit.
Yes. Feel the punch.
And it's a completely seamless transition in battle. There's no screen saying who you're fighting more. It's just
That
you're
is
going
the
in,
biggest improvement.
You are in the brawl.
No loading.
So
Yes.
can I make
Walking
an aside
into a
here?
restaurant,
Yes.
walking
Yes.
into a mission area, walking into a fight, like just seamless.
Did you and did you mention that you can just go into buildings?
Yeah, just
every
walk
building
into
you
a
walk
building.
into. Yep, there's no loading.
Perfect.
This description of this combat,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I want from Assassin's Creed. Not this weird,
Every
clunky,
Of course.
try to make it like Dark Souls kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to quickly move between a bunch of targets in Assassin's Creed. And I don't
Yeah.
feel like now that's one of the things that's been taken away
Yeah.
in the Assassin's Creed combat system,
Yeah.
because now it's like, okay, lock on, click to the next guy, click
Yeah.
to the next guy.
Totally.
And that's
This
that
is
But to me,
moves
Yakuza
away
is
from
like best in
Assassin's Creed,
class.
well.
So
The thing that you were saying about Shadow of War is how the punches had, or the attacks had no weight.
Yeah.
Somehow they've given the attacks in Yakuza 6, and I think it's because of the physics that they're using. They haven't slowed it down at all. In fact, I would even argue it's a little bit faster
Yeah.
than what we were seeing in Kiwami and Zero. But every punch feels a lot
Yeah.
heavier.
yes.
Um,
But even since like PS2, like I don't know how they do it.
Right.
Every Yakuza game, you feel every attack, like the weapons,
You do.
the heat actions, like everything has so much impact, and that is what I've always loved about the fighting.
But I think part of the impact comes from the added fluidity. So one of the big things, this is one of the things I'm absolutely most excited about. In other Yakuza games, you can do light attacks, you can do heavy attacks, and then you can also grab. But you couldn't, like if you were doing a grab, you were kind of committing to the grab. You weren't like punching and then very quickly grabbing. There's a little bit of a space between that. You can now combo into grabs.
Yes.
And so you can use your entire arsenal and chain everything together, and because of that, you have so much more flexibility with what you're doing. And fights, like, you're punching out one guy, he goes on the ground immediately, like no space at all. You're grabbing the person next to you, throwing them on the ground, going into another punch combo.
And there's only one fighting style in 6.
There's only one fighting style of 6.
Oh, maybe that's
Super-
why they can do all that.
But that does not mean they've abandoned everything
Correct.
from Zero
Correct.
or Kiwami.
Yeah.
Because you can act. So a new to Yakuza 6 is when you get to a certain point with your heat meter, you can activate heat mode, and you get new attributes in this. And one of the things that you get, you had in Beast Style in Yakuza 0, where you're automatically picking up items, any and all items. And so again, that adds to the fluidity of it, because you're not in that mode. You're not stopping to pick something up. You'll just be punching, and then you're like, I guess I'm grabbing this sign and whacking everybody, and it's just,
And the huge character progression overhaul. It seemed massive.
Right.
Massive. Everything you do gives you certain XPs, like
Right.
power and speed, and there's like 5 or 6 XP currencies that are earned even from like eating food and doing cabaret missions or doing karaoke. Like you're always earning some sort of experience currency that can be pumped into a ton of skills.
Yes.
Quick pause. What is a cabaret mission?
Yeah. It's like a hostess club.
Right.
Yeah.
What do I do though?
So here's what you do. let me tell you about it, Kyle Osman. So they've completely changed how cabarets or hostess clubs work in Yakuza 6. And so you go in, you pay a flat fee, and you go and you sit down and you pick a girl that you want to talk to. And you can go and you can order food, or you can order a drink. And the more that you spend, so basically you have this love meter. You're trying to impress them. It's this gauge. And if you spend a lot of money on food and drink, the more money you spend, the more they'll go up, and the more that they like that thing, it'll go up. But there's a card system now, and it's like you have this deck, and each card has multiple qualities associated with it. The qualities might be sexy, or dapper, or party, and what you can do is you pick that, and then you start a chain. So let's say you pick sexy, you have a ×1 sexy chain. That means you're incentivized, you'll get a new card, and you're gonna want sexy to be on that because you'll build up the sexy chain. But they're not going to like every option, and so you have to make a decision of, well, are they liking what I'm saying, and is it building up my chain so I can fill up that gauge more and make them like me more?
Ben,
But-
do you know what's weird?
Yeah.
That's an okay simulation of human discussion.
Yes.
Yes.
Kyle, every single minigame is quality in Yakuza. It's quality,
Kyle.
and it sounds so ridiculous. Like you're going to a hostess club and ordering a bunch of champagne, and it's all sexy and like
Right.
weird. Yeah, it can be so weird.
Yes.
But like the human stories that come
Right.
out of these missions are emotional
And even
worth it
in this
and
demo,
meaningful.
You're kind of going along. You're saying weird things. She's saying weird things, but you end and she goes, "Hey, they always tell me that I'm the low energy hostess, and that do you think hostesses should be high energy?" And she's just having this moment where you're like, "Oh, you're not just this mini game. You're not just a mechanic. You
You are
actually
a
have
person."
a personality
Yeah.
attached to you, and I'm figuring out more about you. And if
Yes.
I want to know more about how you're overcoming this problem, I'll have to invest more time." But you were saying it's a somewhat realistic like approach to human dialogue. Those options, like, there's a lot of bizarre stuff in Yakuza. There was one option, and the reaction to it, you can say, "Will you wash my underwear?" That was a card that you could pick.
Don't worry about that.
Don't pick that card.
No,
Ben picked
yeah,
it.
I did. I picked it immediately. And she was
That
like,
killed your sexy chain.
no,
man.
she was like into it. She's
Oh.
like, "That's a strange thing, but I appreciate that you want to be clean. Did you wet yourself?" That's what she asked me. She asked me if I wet myself.
And Brad, there's New Japan wrestlers in this game.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Day one.
Yes.
No, I'm
And Takashi
pumping in blind. Haven't played any of them.
and Beat Takashi is in this as well. So
What's his role?
it is so mysterious.
Oh.
And I've been like, of course it's been out in so long in Japan. I'm sure you can find the whole plot of the game, but like over here, like they're keeping that under wraps. So
Yeah, we found
Yeah.
out very little about the story.
yeah, he did not show up in this demo whatsoever. Like no, yeah, keeping him mysterious.
I want to talk about the mini games, specifically the arcade games, and this is something Yakuza has historically done. Like in Yakuza 0, you can play Space Harrier and
Yep.
Outrun.
Yep. Yep.
And in Yakuza 5, you could play Virtua Fighter 2.
Yeah.
But this is the craziest, best arcade game for me. They said, "Oh yeah, in Yakuza 6 you're going to be able to play the full he didn't say full version, so I got to be careful there. He said you're going to be able to play Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, which came out
Yep.
on the PS3
Yep.
inside of Yakuza 6,
Yep.
which is so cool, and Puyo Puyo as well.
What?
So
Yes.
a lot of time in that arcade, I think.
And I always love too the karaoke's so fun because it's just like quick time events, and they're super playful.
They're super playful.
And then he even said like the song is actually extremely important and emotional.
Right, it's the
Like,
lyrics of the song are
yeah.
connected to the story of
Yeah.
what's going on in the game. And
Everything in the Yakuza franchise has meaning,
Yes.
even the most ridiculous.
Damn.
God.
6 is out in Japan?
6 is out in
Yes.
Japan.
Okay.
Catching up.
Because I was
That's
thinking...
furthest in the timeline though. and
So
we're-
okay, so
yeah,
they haven't gone past that.
correct. So
Yeah,
we
but-
are getting close.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of something ridiculous, but we would know about it if it had been in Japanese version. So.
Whoa.
With that Virtua
Whoa.
Fighter thing.
Oh,
Wait, what's wrong, Blood?
Dan's got a nugget.
I just was like,
What's going on?
I'm just thinking, what if in Yakuza 7 they slip in Shenmue 1 and 2 HD on a Dreamcast?
Dan took it off the rails. I'm not comfortable saying that.
They've been waiting for Yakuza 7 to get further into development to announce Shenmue 1 and 2.
That's the only way. That's the only way to play
because
it.
it's in Yakuza 7.
You can go. You can get a personal. You can go to the gym, in Yakuza 6
I forgot
and
about
train,
this. Yes.
And train Kazuma,
The
and you can
gym!
have specific meal plans that
Yes,
target.
Meal plans?
Meal plans.
Why is
because-
this real life now?
Because food is super important for
Yes.
like experience
Food is
and
more important than
buffs.
it's ever been.
Yes.
It's not just about healing.
So you go in and the trainer is like, all right, Kazuma, like, what do you want to target today?
Right.
Like, you want to work on your glutes? You're like, so Ben is doing like deadlifts.
Deadlifts. Yep.
And it's basically Mortal Kombat test your might.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Which is like a golf swing, right?
No,
There's
there's a vertical bar, and you have to
Yeah.
match to fill that bar, and
Yeah.
with each rep, it gets more difficult.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's-
Game, dude. I feel like I've been hearing you guys talk about Yakuza for like, especially with Mike, for like 6 years, man.
Yes.
And I'm
Keep it
still
going.
surprised about stuff you guys
Right.
tell me in these games.
I mean, this feels like the ultimate reward in a way, because I don't know, like there was definitely a jump for sure from 5 to 0,
Totally.
but 0 was also a cross-platform game, and so just
Now
seeing
current
this,
gen only.
yeah, specifically being
Huge.
focused on
No
PlayStation
compromise.
4,
Yeah.
like
The last time I was wild like this was 3.
yeah,
When we got 3 on PS3, it was
absolutely.
crazy.
absolutely.
But since then, because the games have taken longer to come here, and then 0 being cross-platform, like I have not been wild like this from Yakuza in a while.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
And it's the end.
yeah.
It's the end of the.
Wait, this is the end of their story?
It's
What's
the
the
end of-
furthest?
Well, no,
We
it's
don't
the
know.
end of the. It's supposedly the way that it's been marketed.
I feel like
the end
they-
of the Kazuma
feel like
I feel like
said
they've
that before.
they've
They have
said that
They have-
numerous
yes,
times.
They have said it before.
Yeah.
It's true. But
we're not buying
the
it.
song.
buying it.
The Song of Life.
The Song of Life is a very, very like
It's like a thief's end.
very final,
Yeah.
Right.
very final subtitle there.
Yeah.
Finality to it.
And
It's-
then we
Thief
got
Sing is actually
another
a pretty apt
Uncharted coming
comparison,
out
I
this
think.
year.
Right, but not with Nathan.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they said that going in Nathan Drake, the end of Nathan Drake's story, not Uncharted.
Right.
Cool.
Anyway,
That's it. That's Yakuza 6.
Yakuza.
And Kiwami.
yep.
Man,
I
What a
think.
day.
those
What is
sound
it?
hype.
Oh,
Yeah.
What a day. I've still got so much. Do you want to do a quick list of what I've got left?
Yeah. I want to hear a list.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got I've got Strange Brigade, which I don't even know if I'm gonna get that far into. Agents of Mayhem, which I was surprised by actually.
Blood, what? Do you have like a time turner or something? What like wizardry did you pull?
I told you, he books solid.
Like what?
No breathing room. No
What
no
the-
Well, I
breaks.
had breathing room. Actually, everyone was happy with us being on time to everything because I had
How the
breathing
hell?
room between appointments. Battle Chasers Night War. Looking forward to that.
I was like, what the hell is that?
Project Cars 2,
Okay.
which you guys were in the
Yeah.
explanation for. I played a little bit
I
of
thought
it.
that Project Cars 2 presentation was
Dude, that guy
very interesting.
passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
me,
interesting.
Kyle, and Brandon are probably going to talk about Spider-Man all together.
Nice.
That's
Excited.
going to take an hour.
Really?
Yeah, I
Cool.
got an hour locked in for
I think
Spider-Man.
Brandon is like pumped on it
and
too.
Jones is so
We gotta
pumped
get
on
we gotta get
Spider-Man.
more people to play Knack 2, but I played some Knack 2.
Knack 2 is good.
That's
Playing
a-
tomorrow.
It is.
Save it.
I
We gotta
promise.
Save it
Gotta
for
save
tomorrow.
it.
I will.
I got like a half hour on Knack too.
Oh my god.
I'm ready to
I
go.
promise
Huber and
you.
I played Mario and
7.5.
Rabbids.
7.5 for
I got
sure.
I got like 30 seconds on Mario and Rabbids.
Probably not enough.
Yeah.
And then I played 2 matches of Skull and Bones.
Oh.
So,
Blood played everything.
Ooh.
I love it.
and Ben's got a giant pile.
Ben did-
No,
or
dude,
Blood.
Ben's got to have more than
Ah,
me.
But
yeah,
I'm
there's some things
super
that I'm
hyped to
very
hear about
Excited
Skull
about.
and Bones.
Me too.
That's what I really want to hear.
Will it change my mind?
Yeah,
We'll see.
I'm looking for Blood to change my mind. For sure.
I'm looking to be a believer.
Yeah,
I'm looking to buy it.
me too, Blood.
Can I do a quick
Sell me.
list?
Make me buy
Yeah.
it.
Sell me.
yeah.
Okay, I'll go through this very quickly. Etrian Odyssey 5. Total War Warhammer 2.
Yep.
Ease 8.
Oh,
Coldcept Revolt. I think that's it.
Nice.
I think you had stuff from yesterday you didn't get to.
There are some things that I can't talk about
Oh, that's
until.
well. That was
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
I have 2 more, and there are 2 that I cannot mention now. I'm saving those for tomorrow.
Oh, why? Is there something we're recording tomorrow?
Yes, there is. Tomorrow, we're doing a live frame trap. We're bringing back the Noodles and Broth segment. And basically what that is Michael Huber will be on the panel, Bradley Us will be on the panel, Kyle Bossman will be on the panel, and they will bring me one big game that they saw at the show and one kind of hidden gem that they brought. And we'll talk about it. That'll be the bulk of the frame trap, but there are some surprises, and we're going to be mixing up the Noodles and Broth just a little bit, just adding a pinch.
Ben, I'm a little bummed because I wanted my broth to be Yakuza 6, and then I just wanted to dump Yakuza Kiwami noodles into the broth.
That's playing way too much to the customer. That's
And the
way
chef
too
would
much.
not like that. Yeah, the chef would really spit on that.
Yeah, the chef has changed, man.
The chef has changed,
you learn
man.
a lot in a year.
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. But we're going to be doing that, but not only Noodles and Broth and Frame Trap, we're going to be doing more live impressions. I'm going to be seeing Monster Hunter tomorrow, and none of y'all can stop me from talking about that, so...
I'm playing Lawbreakers tomorrow. Okay, hyped about that,
nice.
actually.
And Brad, we're going to the Xseed booth
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that should be fun.
Together, that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh,
I'm
Ben,
doing
we're
the
playing a game I'm
annual-
stoked for tomorrow.
Oh, yes! Kyle and I together sharing a station, teaming up in Metal Gear Survive.
Dude,
That would be awesome.
sick.
Yes.
So cool.
Also,
Or terrible. I don't know. Maybe it'll be
some
terrible.
Bloodstain is happening tomorrow. A lot of people.
Oh
seeing
yeah, we're
Bloodstain.
seeing that tomorrow too.
Not just. Can we say? Or should
I
we save
wouldn't.
it?
Just in case. Just in
Okay.
case.
Oh,
All right. Well, something happening with Bloodstain.
Something
a
was
nugget.
said.
That's
somebody's got a nugget over there.
Big old nugget.
And then I do the yearly Kingdom Come Deliverance report.
I'll be there.
This time with Brad. I'll be there with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I feel like I've seen this. This will be like the 3rd year in a row. So,
Should we wind
very
down this
pumped.
show?
We should wind this down.
Wind it down.
I just want to promote one more thing: is
Yes.
that Brennan Jones will finally be here tomorrow
Oh,
all night
Finally
long.
reveals himself.
Wow.
And he will be doing the premiere, basically, of Trailer Jones.
Dude.
Oh.
Yeah, or-
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, is tomorrow the finale?
Tomorrow's the finale,
Tomorrow's
man.
finale. It's gonna be a
well, I
long
mean-
night.
Yeah, I feel
we'll
like we
see.
need to
We
start
may do
early
more after
or
or something.
go
Well,
late.
it closes early, or it closes early
The
tomorrow.
show does close early.
Maybe we'll start an hour early. I don't know.
We should start at like
7.
7 or 6.
I think 7's the earliest because we still gotta get back.
And we gotta eat.
Yeah.
Regis never talked about eating.
Mod Pizza.
Stop it.
Regis had catering, I'm sure.
What are Regis' thoughts on Yakuza?
He's like, "Where's my mac and cheese?" They brought it to him.
Where's my mac and cheese?
I would love to just sit down with Regis and play Yakuza.
He's like, "What is this?"
Yeah. Just like
The first
just
time,
to have 20 minutes with him and be like, yo, just sit here for 20 minutes.
the first time he does a heat action, what is his face? What is his face when he steps on another man and blood comes squirting out? What does Regis look like?
Oh, I feel kind of good.
All right, so I think that's a good idea. I think we might look
The
out for
Regis?
it. We might stream early.
The Regis is a good idea.
We might stream early tomorrow.
I'm
just
worried
to-
though because the scheduled time though.
We could change it.
If we go early, are we going to?
Easy Allies,
Fool
where we
some
plan
people.
things on the air.
Updated Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll update it.
I don't want anyone coming in like, hey, I thought you
Change it.
started
No, no,
it.
no.
Tweet it out, man. Put it on the sketch.
Friday.
By the way, I want to call out Damiani for falling asleep twice over here.
You fell asleep.
On camera,
Thursday.
he had the smoothest move. He just leans back out of the cam. So you can see his arms, but you can't see his head.
Mick awesome.
What a pro!
What a bad
Yeah, just like sneaking it in. You gotta sneak into sleep.
Gets few reps in, dude.
Yeah, your break today.
All right.
Ben, who are we?
We are Easy
There you
Allies.
go. That
We are
gives like
people
3 hours for
who...
impressions.
Great.
Then we got
Zach on camera.
You're talking
Damiani's
about
trying to
that?
defend himself.
Did I mention that?
Wait, no. Where'd you set us in for?
So I got, here's what I have tentatively right now.
Yeah.
7:30 warm up.
Yeah.
So I might be done a little.
So we're going live at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Is what Damiani
Okay.
says. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
7:30 to 9:30, giving you 2 hours.
Okay.
Frame Trap live for
Sure.
4 of you, which will then give 9:30 to midnight for hands-on impressions for everything else, including our Spider-Man.
That doesn't even have room for Trailer Jones, man.
Nope. 12 to 1 a.m.
What?
No, you can't do that to Jones. 12 to 1 a.m.
Okay, then we'll flip it. Then we can make it sooner. We can have an
God.
We can have an intermission here.
Yo, Jones has to be like 11:30 Tonight Show status.
Yeah. Then I had whatever.
Did he?
By 1 a.m., you guys are going to be doing
Yeah.
your little finale.
Oh.
The finale.
The finale.
Oh.
Oh, I
The
don't know what
finale.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the finale is.
No one knows the
There's
finale.
something we want to show
finale.
off.
Okay, and you know what? There is one that I got to promote. Ian's Easy Update.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it's going to be ready for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Premiere live.
Great.
So yeah, we got stuff. We got cool stuff.
We
So
got
taking
stuff.
you all off at 2 a.m.
Okay. At 2 a.m. we definitely
You're
will not
done.
be streaming
Woof.
at 2 a.m.
I will be. I'm
Oh.
taking you off.
At 2 a.m. Damiani's
Oh.
going live with... Are you dead serious?
No, there's no way.
He is.
Are you not coming to E3?
He is, but he's leaving here at midnight or by midnight, and then he's getting ready for Storm
Till
Live.
when?
Read the schedule,
Dude,
boys.
Ben, I saw it.
You want
It's
to-
multiple
you want to see what the
days.
schedule says? What does it say on the Twitch schedule, boys?
I don't know.
I can't see it.
What does it say?
I mean,
Read
but
that,
it
Kyle.
It says 2 a.m. till end.
And Final Fantasy. What?
Oh my god.
You were gonna fall asleep on
Mad
stream.
Men.
The end might be when I fall asleep.
Absolutely.
Okay, who knows where Damiani lives, please?
Absolutely.
But wait,
I
that's
do.
just for Friday.
But yeah,
Read-
Okay. If
more store.
something happens to Damiani, please tweet at these men. Assist him.
He lives far from me, though. Send Ben.
Send Ben. Send Ben.
Send Ben.
Send Ben.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Send Ben.
All right,
I
so
want you to get Damiani off the floor.
Okay.
all right.
I got
Before we got into this, Ben was explaining what Easy Allies is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
Okay.
Easy Allies is a group of people that occasionally fall asleep on stream, do bits and jokes, and generally have a good time with each other. And we get together and we talk about video games. We love video games. It's a pleasure that, like, this E3 has been crazy. This E3 has felt like a journey.
I have a
It's
headache,
starting
man.
on Saturday, going to Thursday, has been
Yeah.
a ride. But it's all been worth it. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage. If you want more of us, please go to patreon.com/easyallies. That's where we do a lot of communicating with people. We write posts
true.
about what's going on with us, what's going on. If you want to learn more about our shows, it's a good place to do it. And yeah, if you're a $1 and up patron, you can see a very special show called Cup of Jones, where he definitely digs into some of the nitty-gritty about Easy Allies. Very informative, very much worth watching. But otherwise, we're also on youtube.com/easyallies. That's kind of our main place where we post all of our shows. We don't just talk about video games. We talk about specifically movies, and we do some tabletop stuff, and we do anime, a bunch of other things. We're branching out. And yeah, maybe you'll be interested in some of those things.
Also stream on twitch.com/easyallies.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv. That's right.
Allies, yeah.
And
Brad,
if you miss those, you can catch it on our YouTube channel.
what sort of things do we stream?
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, like what?
Everything under the sun.
Everything under the sun.
Everything under the sun.
Do we build Gundams?
We build Gundams. We
Thanks,
play
everybody.
Kingdom Hearts. We play Resident Evil.
We do.
Ben plays Xenoblade forever.
It's over.
4 months.
He finished it.
He's going to move on to something else now.
Yeah.
If you missed those streams, you can check out our archives on youtube.com/easyalliesplays.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Check out easyallies.com. We got a website.
Right. Do you know what's great about our website, Huber? Is whatever time zone you're in, wherever you live, you can see our schedule both on Twitch and on YouTube when it applies to you.
Yeah,
That's
So you know
some
when
future
things are
tech.
going-
No
That's some
calculations
future tech.
required.
I
Yeah.
love that tech.
They say Easy Allies has tech troubles, but we're just ahead of the
We're on the
curve,
forefront.
man.
Yeah.
We're just ahead of the curve. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m.
No waves.